Get ready for the excitement, the rivalries, and the hometown pride. It's Real Country 96.9 WKLO, your home for local sports.
The pairing show for the 51st Girls Basketball State Tournament will be revealed this weekend. Tonight, two rivals square off in a huge late-season showdown. Good evening and welcome to our girls basketball broadcast right here on 96.9 WKLO. Streaming online at WKLO969.com. You can also find us on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9, or on your Alexa. We welcome you to our Davis Crushstone pregame show. We hope you're having a good Tuesday night. Alongside our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. Come on in for this gathering of family, friends, and fans. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the sounds that are emanating from your device tonight. The North Harrison Lady Cats with a 4-14 overall record, including a 2-3 record in the Mid-Southern Conference, have made the southbound bus ride to take on the Corydon Central Lady Panthers, who enter tonight with a 10-9 overall record, 2-4 in the Mid-Southern Conference, here at the Panther Dome on the campus of Corydon Central High School, here in the town of Corydon. Well, the Lady Cats are a team that are coming off a huge confidence-boosting win 10 days ago back on Saturday, January the 10th, when they were victorious up at Lloyd Scott Gymnasium in Seymour, beating the Lady Owls that night, that afternoon, 47-44. They followed that up with a strong effort on Thursday night, taking on the number 12 team in Class 2A, the Austin Lady Eagles, in conference play. But the Lady Cats, unfortunately, not able to pull the upset that night. Austin escaped Ramsey with a 58-54 victory. And so the Lady Cats are a team that's been playing better basketball here lately. Grace Goldman, of course, continues to be the leader for this team on the season, averaging 21.6 points to go with 7.5 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 2 steals, 1.7 blocks, and yes, 2.7 deflections per game. All team highs in those categories. The number 2 leading scorer for the Lady Cats on the season has been Olivia Brown so far. Brown has really been finding her shooting eye here over the past 3-4 weeks here for this Lady Cat team, and at a good time too, because North Harrison needed somebody to help Goldman as far as the scoring went for the season, and Brown has been shooting the ball much better. She was struggling to get shots to go down early in the season. She's raised her percentage now up to 36% on the season for this team. But there are others who have stepped up and started to contribute more for this North Harrison squad. Carly Chapman continues to raise her game, averaging 5 points and 6.7 rebounds per contest. She's also second on the team in block shots behind Goldman in that category. And then you throw in Bree Beach, who's averaging 3.6 points per game. The junior guard has also started to find a little more confidence in her shot as well. The Lady Cats are starting to become a better defensive team as well, doing a better job making it tough for their opponents to find those high percentage shots out there on the floor. They'll have their hands full tonight with this Corydon Central team, though. The Lady Panthers have dominated the recent series between the two teams. They picked up a good home win over Forest Park last Tuesday, 44-37. However, the Lady Panthers did lose at Silver Creek on Thursday, 55-39, before they fell 64-40 Saturday afternoon at Madison. The Lady Cubs really gave the Lady Panthers fits, especially Juliana Davis, who had 37 points in that game and also became Madison's all-time leading scorer in girls basketball with that effort. Senior guard Paisley Teeter continues to be the leading scorer on the offensive side, averaging about 15 points per game. Reese Withers has been averaging somewhere in the neighborhood of 14.5 points per game. Reese is also the leader in rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, and deflections on the season. The rest of the Lady Panthers team seems to be coming together at the right time as well. Sophia Bullitt, the 5'8 sophomore, along with 5'10 senior Jordan McCarty, as well as 5'9 freshman forward Molly Herndon, who's coming off a great 13-point game on Tuesday of last week against Forest Park. The Lady Panthers have won the last 6 encounters with the Lady Cats. They'll look to continue that streak here tonight in the Panther Dome. Had the chance to talk to both teams' head coaches before tonight's rivalry showdown. I talked with North Harrison head coach Dakota Brooks, as well as Corydon Central head coach Josh Conrad. You'll hear from both coaches after this break as we continue with the Davis Crushstone pregame show here from the Panther Dome in Corydon. Davis Crushstone, located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your crushed stone, lime, and aggregate needs, Call Davis Fresh Stone at 812-347-2707. You're listening to coverage of the Big Cat girls basketball rivalry right here on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
At First Harrison, the Banking Butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need to borrow money for a home loan, car loan, even loans for boats, RVs, you name it, First Harrison Bank will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The Banking Butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you looking for top quality Chris Stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Chris Stone in DePaul at Davis.
It is rivalry night here at Corydon as the Lady Panthers get ready to host the North Harrison Lady Cats. And with us now is North Harrison head coach Dakota Brooks, his team getting set for this rivalry. We'll talk about that here coming up in just a few moments. But Dakota, last time, of course, we saw you all was up there at Seymour a week and a half ago, and the girls did a great job showing resiliency and toughness in that win on the road and did something that hadn't been done in 8 years, the North Harrison team winning on the road at Seymour. So how much confidence did you think that kind of instilled in your team here going over the last few days?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, any win is going to build confidence with your team. But, and just kind of been telling the girls all year, we want to keep playing our best basketball and getting better each and every day. And I believe we're doing that. You look on paper, we're doing that. We have kind of that mountain ahead of us early in the season, and we got through that. And like I said, we played really well, really good basketball on Saturday, and taking that momentum and carrying that over into the rest of the season and postseason.
Well, of course, last week too, you had another conference opponent at home on Thursday with Austin, and Austin's a team that's been playing really well this season. So, what's jumped out to you about the way that game went with the Lady Eagles?
Well, I think the biggest thing, and I said this that night, is our girls really bought into the game plan. And, we knew going into that Owens was a really good player and, kind of corralling her and keeping her kind of in our sights there. She did have a big night, but, they bought into the game plan and I felt like we executed really well. Anytime a player shoots and hits 14 free throws, that's not going to help you. But like I said, I think that they really bought into the game plan and executed it well. And that's something that, we've improved on and hopefully we'll continue to do that as the season goes on.
Well, and Austin seems to be a team, they like to throw a lot of different looks at you. They like to press, play zone, man-to-man. And so how did you think the team handled the various looks that they got?
Right. I mean, we play in a tough sectional, and like I said, I think it was a really good test for our team to kind of get comfortable with a variety of different things, like you said, and going into the sectional. Silver Creek is probably number one in 3A. Obviously, Coach Conrad here at Corydon is going to throw a lot of defenses at us probably, and Charlestown is going to mix it up too. They'll play man, they'll press us, and they'll throw a zone in there. But I haven't seen Madison much yet on film, to be honest. But they're pretty good. They're probably top 10 in 3A. So it was probably a good test to help battle prepare us for the sectional.
Well, and you're getting down to the point, Dakota, where you have this week and next week as far as games go. And Sunday you find out what the pairings look like for the upcoming tournament too. So it's kind of crazy that we're already to this point of the year now.
Yeah, I mean, it was like yesterday. Got the phone call from Mr. Pearson that I was fortunate enough to get the job, and it's summer flew by. Got a little break there, and now, like I said, we're almost through the season, getting ready for sectional time, and it's been a big learning curve for me, and getting my first year under my belt. Like I said, really excited for the remainder of this season, what we can do with this team in the sectional, and then obviously, get to work in the off season and start looking at what we can do this summer and help prepare for the next season as well.
You mentioned confidence there when we talked earlier in the season. You talk about playing your best basketball now. So is there any particular area where you've seen the team really grow in confidence, especially here in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, like I said, you look on paper, we have kids that are starting to believe in themselves and believe in their teammates. And, we're spreading the ball around and start looking at the scoring columns. And, we have, obviously Grace is a great player and she's going to go out and get her average. But, Olivia Brown's really stepped up into that next scoring role. And Carly Chapman's done a phenomenal job. I think her kind of coming out game there with that Seymour game the other night, which, like I said, came out with a win. And that's going to be critical, in the postseason. It's not always going to be your best player because teams are going to cue in on that player. But, it's going to be the next person up, and that person has to step up. So I think our girls are growing in confidence and being more prepared for that situation.
Well, tonight, of course, you have another tough matchup you alluded to with Corydon Central, and you know what kind of lineup they feature out there. So as you look at this matchup tonight, Dakota, what stands out to you about the Lady Panthers?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they're a well-coached team, and they have a lot of experienced players and a lot of younger players, playing a lot. The Herndon girl coming out and playing after Latham went down. It's just good for their team. And, Withers is a really good player. I think she played in that state finals game a couple of years ago as a freshman. So she has that experience. Same thing with McCarty and Teeter, and that group, they won a sectional last year against a pretty tough sectional. So, they have the experience and they play really well together. I think there's 7 seniors on that team. And so, it'll be a tall task tonight, but I think if we stick to our game plan and execute it like we did against Austin, I think we'll be all right.
As far as the Lady Cats go, health-wise coming in, everybody available, ready to go tonight?
Yeah, fingers crossed, knock on wood. But, everything's good so far. And, I know the sick bug's going around, and hopefully we can stay away from that, get through this week and next, and be fully equipped, ready to go for sectional week.
Sounds good. Dakota, as always, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Lady Cats have a good game here at Corydon tonight in the rivalry game.
All right, thanks, Dave. We appreciate it.
All right, Dakota Brooks, he's with us here in our Davis Crush Show pregame show. Stay with us. We've got the interview with Coach Conrad next. You're listening to North Harrison and Corydon Central girls basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
We continue along with our Davis Crushed Stone pregame show right here on 96.9 WKLO. It is rivalry night here in Corydon. The North Harrison Lady Cats visiting the Corydon Central Lady Panthers in the annual showdown. And with us now is Corydon Central head coach Josh Conrad as his team gets set for this matchup. We'll talk about it here momentarily. Going back to last week, Coach, though, busy week for you all at the varsity and JV levels, 3 games in 1 week. So kind of had that sectional type schedule last week and started off on the right foot with Forest Park on Tuesday night. Got a nice win here at home to start it off.
Yeah, the Forest Park game was nice. We got to come out and play against a team that gets the ball up and down the court quick and can really knock down some open shots. And I thought we did a really good job defensively that game.
And obviously, too, the team executed really well down the stretch. It was a really close game there with about 2 or 3 minutes to go, but the girls were able to get some good plays out there and really able to put it together there late when it was needed.
Yeah, I think we hit some free throws, too. I have to go back and look, but it's always nice to be able to take a close game and kind of extend that lead at the end and, just make sure those possession-by-possession basketball games in the fourth quarter go your way.
Well, Thursday night, of course, you knew it was going to be a tough test going down to Silver Creek to face them, and they've been hanging around the top 5 in 3A all season long. And so as you look at this matchup going in, you knew you were going to have your challenges, especially with Brooklyn Wren and also with Emma Shane as well, and the role players around them.
Yeah, and Brooklyn came out and had 28 points, and she just really dominated that game at times. I thought, we were closer to about 85%, 80% in that game, the way we played, and and they were kind of just able to extend that lead on us a little bit in the second half. But, for the most part, we did a lot of good things in there, and it should have been a confidence booster heading into Saturday's matchup.
Well, and of course, too, what Silver Creek likes to do, like to speed you up, cause chaos, and turn you over a lot. So how did you think the girls handled that pressure?
I thought we did really good. I think we ended up with maybe 14 or 15 turnovers. So that wasn't a bad day. I thought we took care of the basketball a little bit. We just really struggled with Ren, catching the ball about the MSC logo and just, going straight in the score. And hopefully that's something that if we see them again in the sectional in a couple of weeks, we can do a better job with that.
No doubt. Well, of course, you talked about Saturday going over to Madison, and you knew you're going to have your hands full for different reasons there with Juliana Davis, who's one of the better guards, especially in that part of the state. So what stood out to you about the way things went Saturday over at Madison?
I think the first half, we probably played one of the best halves we played the entire season. And, you talk about 3 games in a week. We just did such a good job defensively and moving the ball offensively. Had a 2-point lead at halftime, had a 4-point lead with, 7 minutes ago in the third quarter, and just kind of gave up a big run. And we kind of got to where we were not handling the ball very well. And I think we finished with 30 turnovers in that game. So that was just a really bad second half that we had. And that's something you got to put behind it and hopefully look forward to the next game, which is tonight.
Right. Well, and obviously Davis went off and had a huge day, and it was big enough for her that she was able to become the all-time leading scorer over there at Madison, breaking a 22-year record. So she definitely had an impact on the way things went, it seemed, on Saturday.
When we've watched this film a little bit, and something we talked about is that you really can't guard anyone if you're behind them all the time. And, she was getting steals. I think she had 11 or 12 for the game. And she was getting steals and beating us down for uncontested layups. And, that's big whenever somebody gets 20, 22 points, in runouts and getting off turnovers. And, the turnover margin, I think, in that game, points off turnovers was 36-5. And that's just something you can't have if you want to beat good basketball teams.
Certainly, too, looking at the final score, that was definitely the one number that seems like it really stood out amongst the rest of them there.
Yeah, and like I said, we just did a really bad job. The ball got really, stationary in one spot. And, we threw some weak passes and really dribbled weak, and they just took advantage of it and got the ball out in transition and beat us up and down the court pretty easy.
Well, and that's one thing I've noticed, too, just looking at Madison statistically. It looks like they've improved defensively as a team this year. It seems like that's really carried on throughout the entire team.
Yeah, and you got to give a lot of credit to Davis. She's going to take one kid out of any game she wants to be in. She's just a really good basketball player, one of the best that I've coached against. And she just does so many good things. And, it's really not somebody you can scout for, kind of like Ren for Silver Creek. You really can't game plan for her because you don't have a lot of 6'3" kids that can go out there and play on the outside and get inside and go get rebounds. And Davis is the same way with the basketball where, she can try to get to the rim anytime she wants, and she can apply as much pressure as she wants on the ball.
Well, tonight, of course, turned the attention to the rivalry matchup tonight with North Harrison, and, of course, Dakota being on the other side of this rivalry. He's done a good job with his team this year. So as you look at the matchup with the Lady Cats, what stands out to you about this matchup tonight?
Anytime that you're in these kind of games, which is good, right before sectional, that you get to play in some of these. You just don't know what's going to happen. They're very unpredictable with the flow of the game and what kid can come out and play well. You never know whose night it might be. So it's just a good opportunity for the kids to come out, play in a hopefully good environment to play a basketball game and against kids they've grown up playing against their whole life. So should be excited for that. And, Dakota being down there, I got to watch him this year. And I hope he wins every game except for this one.
Of course, yeah. Well, obviously, Grace Goldman is the standout for this team. And she's had a really good season. But now you've seen Olivia Brown, Bree Beach, and some others who have stepped up. So this is becoming a more complete team coming in.
Yeah, they're just still trying to find their niche a little bit. They've kind of gone from a post offense now to more of a guard offense, guard-oriented offense, and it's kind of paid off the last few games for them. So that puts a little bit of challenge on whenever you see a team kind of switch their style in the last few games that you have to kind of get ready for it because some of your kids may have watched them 3 weeks ago and it could have been completely different. So their guards are doing much better and getting confidence every time they step out there. So hopefully it's something that we can kind of speed them up a little bit and stay in front of them and make them shoot overs.
As far as the Lady Panthers go health-wise tonight, everybody available and ready to roll for the rivalry game?
I think so. I think we're starting to get back to, full speed. And, obviously we had some injuries the last few weeks, but it's good to kind of see some kids get in there. And, after tonight, we get a couple days of practice, which we haven't had in a while. So it'll be good to kind of see us, get together and work on a few things that we need to.
No doubt. Well, Coach Conrad, as always, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. And you and the Lady Panthers have a good game here at home with North Harrison tonight.
Thanks, Dave. We appreciate it.
All right. Josh Conrad, Corydon Central head coach, with us here in our Davis Crushstone pregame show. The starting lineups are coming up after this break. You're listening to Corydon Central and North Harrison girls basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Real country, pure country.
96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
Let's meet tonight's starters. First for the visiting North Harrison Lady Cats, coming in 4-14 overall, 2-3 in the MSC, averaging 45.7 points and allowing 56.8. They'll start three guards tonight. Lillian Burks at 5'4", and a senior will be one guard, along with Bree Beach at 5'4", and a junior. Olivia Brown, the third guard, the second leading scorer on this team at 5'9", and a junior, averaging just under 12 points per game. In the front court, Carly Chapman is one forward, 6 foot and a senior. And Grace Goldman, 5'10", and a senior, will be the starter at the other forward, averaging 21 points per contest for the Lady Cats. The Lady Cats head coach Dakota Brooks, he's in his first season as the head coach of the program. They are 4-14. For the Corydon Central Lady Panthers, 10-9 overall, 2-4 in the Mid-Southern. They're averaging 46.3 points, allowing 45.7. They'll go with their normal lineup. Paisley Teeter at one guard, 5'3" and a senior. Reese Withers, 5'7" and a senior. Sophia Bullitt, the third guard, 5'8" and a sophomore. The front court, the forwards will be Katie Eve at 5'9" and a senior, and Jordan McCarty at 5'9" and a senior will be the other forward. The Lady Panthers head coach is Josh Conrad. Coach Conrad is in his sixth season at Corydon Central. Their record is 102-42. At center court, Grace Goldman wins the tip from Katie Eve. North Harrison will go from right to left here tonight inside the Panther Dome. They're in the road blue uniforms, white letters and numbers, North above the number, Harrison below the number in the medium block letters, white around the collar as a turnover is thrown. Olivia Brown trying to go right wing, down low to Chapman. The ball passed her out of bounds under the basket left side, so Corydon will get it. Lady Cats also have the white trim on the side of the uniforms as well as on the side of the shorts with the Lady Cat head there on both sides of the hips. And then they also have the Lady Cat head above the number on the back of the jersey. A pass inside to Reese Withers, who lays it up and in from the left side of the basket. Make it 2-0 in favor of Corydon Central. They're in the home white uniforms, black letters and numbers trimmed in old gold as Goldman fires a three that goes in and out left wing. Brown offensive rebound, put back short. Rebound batted around all over the place underneath, and it is Corydon Central who comes out of there with it. Here's a three for Katie Eve on the left wing. Missed that one off the back of the rim. Bullitt trying to retrieve the rebound and does from Lillian Burks there on the right corner. Back inside, Bullitt trying to get a shot up. It rolls off the rim, and a foul on the rebound going to be whistled here on North Harrison. It'll be called on Olivia Brown, the junior. That'll be her first, and that'll be the team's first as well. Corydon has the old gold trim around the collar and the shoulders. They also have Panthers in black letters down the side of the shorts on both sides. Black Panther head logo on the shorts on the right side there at the bottom, and also above the number on the back of the jersey. Here's a pass. Bullitt gets stolen away, intended for Withers left wing. Up ahead, Brown lays it up off the glass and puts it in. Olivia Brown gets her first two of the night, and we are even at two apiece here in the early going on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard.
Even on turnovers, too, one apiece.
Both teams going to play very similar styles to the other. Dakota Brooks was a 3-year JV assistant under Head coach Josh Conrad, pass inside for McCarty. Teeter trying to get it to her from the left wing to the left block. Ball got knocked away. Chapman to Brown, and the Lady Cats have it in the front court with Olivia handling it at the nose of the Panther head. Bounce pass to Bree there on the right wing to Beach, and she gives it up to Lillian Burks. Burks down to the corner to Chapman. Inside, Brown, nice cut, layup. She beat Withers to the position and lays it in.
Carly made a nice pass there.
Carly Chapman with the assist, 4-2, our first lead change of the evening with 5:53 to go here in the first quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Bullitt with it in the front court against Goldman, throws it to Eve. She tried to go left wing to Teeter. Teeter was cutting toward the basket as Eve threw the pass. The turnover again, back over to the Lady Cats. Lady Panthers have a little trouble taking care of the ball here early.
Starting to stack up on them a little bit.
They had about 30 turnovers, according to Coach Conrad on Saturday. Here's a short corner jumper. Brown, 17 feet, missed off the back of the rim. Foul is going to be whistled on the rebound against the Lady Cats, and I think it's going to be on Lillian Burks here. It will be the senior guard at 5'4". That'll be her first, and that will be 2 now on the Lady Cats here in this first quarter. 5:34 to go first quarters. Was not as hard a hit as Fernando Mendoza took last night in the national championship, though.
I hope not.
Hopefully it never gets to that level tonight. Withers with it, takes it around left side, inside the arc, top of the key, pass to Teeter, back left side to Withers, inside to McCarty, but a foul is going to be called on Carly Chapman for a bump in the back there. Lady Panthers going left to right here in this first half, while the Lady Cats are going from right to left here from our position at the balcony here inside the Panther Dome. And that foul was on Chapman, her first, team's third on the Lady Cats here early. Pass to Eve, baseline jumper from 12 feet. That one rimmed off for her from the front of the rim to the left side, and Olivia Brown, after Chapman got the rebound, will bring it up the floor. Brown hands it off to Burks in the front court, takes it right wing down to the corner now to Goldman. Grace looking inside for Chapman, doesn't have her, dribbles up to the wing, now takes Eve one-on-one to the basket, and draws a foul on Katie as she was taking it down there to that right block. So Grace Goldman will get a chance to go to the stripe for 2 shots. First foul of the Lady Panthers tonight. That'll be on Eve. First on Katie. Team's first as well. 2 shots coming up here for the leading scorer for North Harrison and Grace Goldman. That one hits the front rim. Back rim falls in. She'll have one more shot coming. Have Corydon's updated numbers at this point. For Goldman, though, 78% free throw shooter coming in. That second one, though, off the front of the rim. Rebound fought for. McCarty trying to get it away from Chapman. Bullitt ends up coming down with it. So Goldman gets her first point, makes it a 5-2 early lead with 4:42 to go here in the first quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Eve,
nice
right
pass.
wing down low to Withers, and Reese lays it in. She's got all 4 for the Lady Panthers here early.
Really good pass. She saw her coming and got it in there quick.
5-4 now with 4:26 left in the opening quarter. Goldman being double-teamed in the front court, trying to get rid of it. Cannot do it. Threw it to Teeter, and it deflected off Paisley, who ends up coming down with it. Got it to McCarty, then back to Paisley up the left side of the floor. Takes it top of the key. Lobs it into the corner now to Bullitt. Bullitt takes it up to the right elbow. Ball knocked loose. Brown comes away with it, gives it up to Chapman, then to Grace Goldman, and Grace doesn't have numbers, but takes it down to the short corner right side. Straight away to Burks for a 3. That's off the heel of the rim, but Bree Beach flies in to get the rebound in the lane. Up to Brown, fires 14-foot jumper, missed it back of the rim from the left side of the lane, and Bullitt there for the rebound to get it up to the Lady Panthers. Then it's a turnover in the front court. Goldman to Beach, left side of the lane. Beach out to Chapman between the circles. Takes it over to Goldman, fires a deep 3 right sideline. That one hits the back of the rim, rolls off the backboard, and the rebound down to McCarty, who gives it up to Withers to settle it down. Reese across the timeline to Teeter, 3 left corner. That one off the heel of the rim, no good. Rebound right baseline to Goldman. Grace up the floor with it, navigates traffic, gets inside on McCarty, draws contact with 3:15 to go in the opening quarter, and a foul is going to be whistled on Jordan McCarty of Corydon Central. That'll be the first on her tonight, second on the Lady Panthers here in the opening quarter with 3:15 to go. 5-4 in favor of the Lady Cats. North Harrison leading Corydon Central. Free throws coming up. First one up for Goldman. This one, front back rim, falls in this time. Grace with her second point early on makes it now a 6-4 lead. Chapman is out. In for her will be Lucy Flickner for the first time, the 5'4 sophomore for the Lady Cats. McCarty out for Corydon Central, and Kyra Lathan is in for the first time, the 5'6 junior. Second free throw rims off the front, hits the back and falls in. Grace has 3. The lead is now 7-4 with 3:10 to go here in the opening quarter. Paisley Teeter to Kyra Lathan, who has it across midcourt, just below the right side of the timeline. Molly Herndon is also in there for Corydon Central, joining Withers, Teeter, and Bullitt on the floor. So Eve also going to the bench. Teeter takes it right side, pitches into the corner to Lathan, drives baseline, gives it to Herndon, the lefty up with the shot, right block, too strong. Missed it off the left side of the backboard. Brown was the one who came down with the rebound for North Harrison. Olivia pushes it ahead to Goldman. Into the corner for a Bree Beach 3 right side. That one's short, but Goldman gets the rebound, sticks it up and in. On the basket for her first field goal. Right there on that right baseline. 9-4 now, and North Harrison's come out with a lot more fire than Corydon has here on the road.
No one blocked her out. She went right in behind and went around him.
Here's Teeter circling it left side to Lathan. She'll drive. Kyra gets a shot up inside. That one rimmed halfway down and fell out. Bullitt able to corral the rebound to Teeter. Fires a 12-foot runner. Can't get that to go off the back of the rim. The rebound comes down to Goldman. Grace brings it up the floor. Ball knocked loose. Beach tried to save it along the sideline. However, she was out of bounds right in front of the Lady Panther bench. 2:05 to go first quarter. 9-4. That's the tally in favor of North Harrison on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard off of the turnover. Corydon with possession. It's Teeter to Withers, front court right side. Into the post to Lathan. Drives, missed another layup right side this time. Got her own rebound. Kicks to Teeter. Left corner 3 up. That one's off the back rim. Beach gets the rebound, bounced to her down there in that left corner. Lady Panthers are just cold as they can be from the field right now. Burks across the timeline, trying to get it there. Coach Brooks going to call timeout before a turnover can occur. 1:39 to go in the opening quarter. It is 9-4. North Harrison out in front of Corydon Central early. You're listening to the Big Cat Girls Basketball Rivalry right here on 96.9 WKLO.
For generations, Prosser has been at the heart of our community. We need you. The Prosser Alumni Association helps seniors who need transitional support, guiding them into jobs or career path and giving them the resources to succeed. Students can apply for scholarships in January at prosseralumni.org. Alumni, join us now. Be a member, donate, or sponsor and help mold the next generation of leaders. Visit prosseralumni.org. Prosser. Skills today, success tomorrow.
1:39 to go here in the opening quarter here at the Panther Dome on the campus of Corydon Central High School here in the town of Corydon. Along with our statistician and analyst tonight, Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. North Harrison out to the early 9-4 lead on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Here is Burks dribbling around the defense. A floater is up and in just outside the right block, and that's the first 2 of the night for Lillian Burks. 11-4 North Harrison. They have shocked the Lady Panthers early. Cross-court pass, Withers to Teeter, left side. Drives it, kicks it to Herndon on the wing. Herndon almost got it knocked away. Lucy Flickner guarding her, but she didn't let up. Even after she knocked it away, Herndon got it back. A reach-in going to be whistled here on Lucy Flickner of the Lady Cats. Foul on Lucy, the 5'4 sophomore. That'll be her first, team's 4th. Substitution, Carly Chapman ready to come back in for North Harrison. She'll replace Bree Beach in the lineup. Bree will get a break on the bench here. So the lineup now will be Chapman, Goldman, Burks, Brown, and Flickner for the Lady Cats. Inbound to Lathan, left corner up to Withers up top. Picks it over, gives it to Paisley Teeter on the right wing. Paisley will now bring it up between the circles. Molly Herndon still out there, along with now Megan Logan, who's in for the first time. Came in for Bullitt during the break, 5'5 senior forward. Herndon,
nice shot.
Elbow jumper from the left side, and she knocks that one in for her first 2 of the night. Had a big game against Forest Park on Tuesday night at 13 points, 12 in the first half. Here's a pass from Chapman to Goldman inside. Going down the left side of the lane was Grace, and lost it out of bounds according to the officials, so the Lady Panthers will get it back. The lineup for the Lady Panthers, Reese Withers, Paisley Teeter, as well as Megan Logan, Kyra Lathan, and Molly Herndon. 40 seconds to go here in the opening quarter, 11-6 now. Lady Cats in front of Corydon Central. Teeter to Latham between the circles, around to Withers, 3 right wing. Reese splashes it in.
Nice shot.
7 for Withers, 11-9 now. Lady Panthers have gone on a run. Oh, Golden made a mistake. Threw it over to Beach. Cross court and checked in. Withers missed the layup, though, right side. The rebound down to Goldman, and Grace going to draw a contact with 15 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Foul on Reese will be her first, and that'll be the team's third of the night here in the first quarter at least. Katie Eve returns, replacing the freshman Molly Herndon in the lineup for the Lady Panthers, rather. Bree Beach returned for North Harrison during the break. Olivia Brown also back in there, so the original starters are on the floor for North Harrison. It's Goldman to Beach, left side of the front court. Beach trying to get it out of the trap. Can finally to Chapman with 1 second. And there is a reach-in foul with 9/10 of a second called. Coach Conrad kind of surprised by that one. Megan Logan's going to get her first foul of the night. That'll be 4 now on the Lady Panthers. The Lady Cats really only have time for one quick shot here. Got to get it in. Chapman, left corner, and she tried to throw it down low on the left block to Goldman to close out the quarter to no avail. At the end of 1, it is North Harrison leading Corydon Central by a tally of 11-9 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison and Corydon Central girls basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality Crestone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crestone in DePaul. At Davis Crestone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Crestone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crestone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corydon has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corydon. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
Second quarter getting started here at the Panther Dome on the campus of Corydon Central High School here in the town of Corydon on this Tuesday night. Good to have you with us here on 96.9 WKLO, along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. Lady Cats had the lead up to 7 at one point. Lady Panthers trimmed into it. McCarty trying to get a shot up. That rimmed out on her from the right side of the basket. The rebound down to Chapman underneath for the Lady Cats. Up the floor now. Burks gets it right corner, kicks it out to Bree Beach. Both teams going with a little bit of a different lineup here. Beach gets open for a left corner 3. That one rimmed in and out. Goldman got the rebound, somehow got it up. She fell hard. And Grace on the floor. Man, that was a spill that she took there.
She fell really hard.
Foul is going to be on Jordan McCarty of Corydon Central. That's going to be her second, team's first of the quarter. Well, she appears to be okay, but, man, that was a little scary there for a second.
I think her ponytail saved her a little bit on the cracking the floor so hard.
Well, the officials, one of the officials talking to Grace, and she's not happy about coming out.
Nope.
Not at all. Lucy Flickner is going to come in for her.
Competitor to the end, no matter what.
So Lucy will get the shots here. The sophomore at 5'4", free throw on the way. That one hits the left side of the rim, rolls off. So another shot coming here for Flickner to try to make this a three-point game. Meantime, with 7:26 to go second quarter, it's a two-point game for now. Free throw number 2 is up. Flickner rims that one off the left to right side, and the rebound to Bullitt. Sophia Bullitt in there with Megan Logan, Katie Eve, as well as Paisley Teeter on the floor for the Lady Panthers. Also, Reese Withers is out there as well. There's a pass inside to Logan, left block, out to Eve. Her 15-footer left side won't go. Rebound, Olivia Brown had it. Now there's a scramble for it. Ball loose on the floor. The tie-up and the arrow favoring the Lady Cats. on this turn of possession. Eve is 0 for 3 so far. Had a couple of good looks at the basket that have not gone down for her. Kyra Lathan is going to check back in for the Lady Panthers. She'll replace Katie Eve in the lineup. So it'll be Teeter and Withers out there along with Bullitt, Lathan, and Logan for the Lady Panthers. For the Lady Cats, Goldman going to be called for a push-off on Lathan. She came right back in, and an offensive foul on Goldman. That's going to be the first on Grace tonight. That'll be the team's first of the quarter as well. It'll also be a turnover against the Lady Cats with 7:04 to go. They've got Olivia Brown, Grace Goldman, Carly Chapman, Bree Beach, and Lillian Burks, the original starters on the floor. Inbound comes for Withers left side, lays it up, count it, and she's fouled to go along with it. And the foul was on Bree Beach of the Lady Cats. That's one on Bree now, and that'll be the second on the Lady Cats here in the quarter quickly with 7:02 remaining until halftime. Free throw for Withers to give them the lead. It rims in and out on her, and the rebound down to Chapman on the right side of the basket. Reese has 9 points now to lead all scorers after that basket. Goldman leading North Harrison with 5. Here's Burks driving down the lane, misses the shot off the back of the rim, hit the front as well. Lathan's rebound, brings it back the other direction, gets inside, and she lays it in coast to coast for Kyra Lathan. Her first 2 of the night.
Gordon's fired up.
Timeout, Lady Cats. 6:42 to go, second quarter. 13-11. Corydon in front. You're listening to the Big Cat Girls Basketball Rivalry on 96.9 WKLO.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Pretty good crowd here tonight for this rivalry matchup here at the Panther Dome on the campus of Corydon Central High School. It is Corydon Central leading North Harrison now, 13-11. A 9-0 run for the Lady Panthers has put them in the lead. We've had 2 lead changes and 2 ties here in the early portion of this game. Burks in the front court gets tied up at the right side volleyball line. That jump ball possession arrow this time will go to the Lady Panthers. Corydon comes back to the floor with Reese Withers as well as Paisley Teeter. Kyra Lathan, Sophia Bullitt returns to action along with Megan Logan. North Harrison going with Bree Beach as well as Lucy Flickner, Grace Goldman, Lillian Burks, and Carly Chapman. Here's Withers, left corner 3. That one is off the side of the rim, and as Lathan and Goldman were contesting the rebound on the left side, Goldman knocks it out of bounds, so Megan Logan will trigger the inbound from the O of Corydon on the left baseline. Lobs it into Bullitt next to the left elbow. She'll drive to the basket. Fell down, threw it to Logan. It deflects off her into the corner out of bounds, and North Harrison will take over. Substitution, Olivia Brown coming in, replacing Flickner in the lineup for the Lady Cats, who have only run 6 in so far. So far for the Lady Panthers, they played a 9-player rotation. Inbound comes to Burks. Lillian will race it up the floor now. Lathan picks her up, and she's going to be called for the hand check at midcourt.
That was real obvious.
Kyra's going to pick that one up. That'll be her first of the night. Team second of the quarter on the Lady Panthers with 6:07 to go in the second quarter. On the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 13-11, Corydon Central in front of North Harrison. Inbound, Burks gets it back off of the pass, drives it to the right wing, gets it into the corner. Brown fires up a 3, hits that one. Olivia Brown has her 7th point now, first of the quarter for her, and now it is 14-13, third lead change of the night with 5:48 to go second quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Teeter with it in the front court. Has it. Bounces it right. Over to Withers. The bullet between the rings. Over to Lathan on the right wing. Lathan dribbling around into the lane below the free throw line. Looking for Reese. Gives it to her right, or to the left of the top of the arc. Reese driving down. Backs it out. Above the corner. Left elbow to Megan Logan. She turns. Gives it right back to Withers. Reese trying to dribble. Hands it off to Teeter. Now down to Lathan along the baseline left side. She'll drive in, throw up a shot that won't go. Logan lost the ball out of bounds under the basket. And North Harrison will get it. So the Lady Cats getting that possession with 5:13 to go. Megan had it, or so it appeared, but she was never able to get a grip on it. Inbound to Goldman. She runs it quickly up the right side of the floor. Throws it to Burks above the free throw line. Back out top to Goldman. Drives it, pitches it left corner to Brown. Drives baseline, wrap around down low to Chapman. Lays it up over Teeter, and in it goes off the right side of the glass. That one rolled off the side rim as well. 16-13, 4:50 to go second quarter. Lady Cats and Lady Panthers in a tightly contested matchup tonight. Withers, cross-court, left to right to Lathan. Down low to Bullitt on the right block. Somehow got it out to Teeter on the left wing. Paisley dribbles up, kicks it over to Withers, down to the baseline to Megan Logan. Back out to Withers. Fakes, goes to Bullitt in the post. She turns right side, gets the shot up, missed it off the bottom of the rim. It's Goldman with the rebound. On that right side, now Grace runs it up the left side of the floor, takes it down to the corner, lobs it back out to Burks at the volleyball line. She'll take it over to the right side, give it up to Brown. Corner three, this one's short, off the front of the rim. Rebound, Chapman left side, goes up, left that one off the side of the rim. Rebound batted out, ball loose. Lathan had it, Bullitt picks it up, gives it to Withers, up at the floor to Teeter. Paisley lays it up, it rolls in. With 4:02 to go in the second quarter, Teeter gets her first two of the night. Timeout, Coach Conrad, with 4:02 to go second quarter. It's North Harrison 16, Corydon Central 15 in an entertaining first half. You're listening to the Big Cat Girls Basketball Rivalry on 96.9 WKLO.
At First Harrison, the banking butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. First Harrison is here to make it easy for local business owners with real estate loans, construction loans, SBA loans, lines of credit, treasury management, and merchant services. You will get competitive rates and fast local decisions. The banking butler, it's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back and forth we've gone here at the Panther Dome here on the campus of Corydon Central High School here in the town of Corydon, along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. Thanks for listening tonight here on 96.9 WKLO, whether you're listening on your radio dial or whether you're listening on WKLO969.com. Our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9, or on your Alexa, just say, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. We appreciate you tuning in with us here on this broadcast of the rivalry tonight. It has been back and forth. We've had 3 lead changes, 2 ties. North Harrison led 11-4 in the first quarter. Corydon went on a 9-0 run to take a 13-11 lead. And then Olivia Brown buried a 3, and the Lady Cats have been in front ever since. They're going to face full court pressure out of the timeout. Adele Emmons is in for the first time tonight. 5'4" sophomore, gets it up the floor to Lillian Burks right side into the corner to Bree Beach. Her 3 is off the mark, missed just about everything. The rebound caroms into Withers, who runs it up the floor, missed a layup, and then the putback is there. I think she got it up to Paisley, and Teeter missed the layup right side, and then Reese got in there for the rebound, stuck it back up and in. So Reese has 11 of her team's 17, another lead change, and this time the foul was on Adele Emmons of North Harrison. That's going to be her first and the team's third of the night. Here in the second quarter, at least. The free throw is good for Withers, who's now 1 out of 2 at the stripe. 12 points for Reese tonight. Lead is up to 18-16 for the Lady Panthers. Goldman, right side of the floor, throws it up the middle to Brown, out over to Emmons in the half-court circle as she gets across midcourt. Over to Burks. Traveled with it left side as she was dribbling up toward midcourt. So a turnover there, and all of a sudden, looks like things are going toward the Lady Panthers at this point.
They've turned up a lot of offense here lately.
Defensive pressure has picked up, especially in the full court. And to some degree in the half court, too. Molly Herndon has it left side. Can't get out of there. Finally does, but 5-second violation before she could get it to Megan Logan. And all Coach Conrad can do is just stand there and look and shake his head a little bit. About all he had there. 3:21 to go second quarter, 18-16. Lady Panthers have scored 5 quick points here on the Lady Cats, and this is a game that has been a back and forth of runs. Goldman to Brown, right side, and Olivia lost it under the basket. Man, looked a bit like Elijah Surratt last night for Indiana on that one pass he dropped. Just couldn't believe it happened after the fact. Man, oh man.
She had it, and it just right on through.
Good chance it would have been a tie game if she had been able to gather that.
Yeah, she was well within position to have a nice shot right there.
Well, there's Teeter driving it up the floor, to the left wing, and she got right into Adele Emmons, who's going to be called for a blocking foul here. Emmons was moving there. That'll be the second on Adele. She'll stay out there. Brown, Beach, Adele Emmons, and Lillian Burks with Grace Goldman, a smaller lineup out there for the Lady Cats. Here is Bullitt with it off the inbound, left side volleyball line, top of the key to Herndon. Molly pulls up, left elbow jumper, sinks another one. Molly Herndon's got 4, and now the lead is boosted to 20-16. The Lady Panthers' biggest of the night, and here's a turnover. Goldman trying to go right wing to Burks. Reese Withers steps in and steals it. Reese Withers, Paisley Teeter, Sophia Bullitt, Katie Eve, and Molly Herndon, the 5 on the floor for the Lady Panthers. Withers takes it over to the left wing, throws it into the lane to Eve, but Goldman steps in to steal it. She'll drive, pitch it over to Brown. This time she caught it and she put it off the glass good. Right side for Olivia Brown. 20-18, 2:15 to go here in the second quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Coach Brooks begging for a trap. Teeter gives it over to Withers left side. Free throw line to Bullitt. Left wing out to Withers. Her 3 rims off. Eve gets the rebound underneath. Kicks it back out to Withers in the left corner. Now it's Bullitt with it. Circles it around to the right block. Throws up the wild shot off the rim. It won't go. Rebound tipped around, and Olivia Brown comes down with it for North Harrison. We'll give it up to Goldman. Grace up the right side of the floor. The 1:43 to go second quarter. North Harrison down by 2, 20-18 to Corydon Central. The Goldman right side into the corner to Adele Emmons. Tried to go down low to Brown, but Molly Herndon stepped in to knock it out of bounds on that right baseline, so it will stay with the Lady Cats. They'll sub Adele Emmons out along with Bree Beach. Back in there are Lucy Flickner and Carly Chapman for the Lady Cats. Brown, the inbounder between the end and the tee of Central, right baseline. Gets it into Burks just below the right wing. Took one dribble up, and then as soon as she stopped, she turned, dragged that pivot foot. That turnover, again, back to the Lady Panthers. Second time in about 4 trips, Burks has been called for a travel here.
Yeah, she's not having a good night. That's right now with the turnovers.
1:27 to go second quarter. Here's Teeter with the top of the key. Drives it into the paint 12 feet away. Back out to Withers, left to the top of the arc. Reese takes it over right side, lobs it to Bullitt in the lane, goes up, left the shot off the bottom of the rim. Goldman there to gather the rebound. There's Grace up the right side with it. Takes it left side front court to Flickner on the wing. Down to the corner to Brown. Drives it. Tried to get it to Chapman, but Teeter stepped in the way to get it under the right side of the basket. Paisley runs it the other way now. Doesn't have numbers. Pitches it to Herndon. Corner shot from 15 left side. That one won't go. Rebound, run down. Eve tried to save it in the right corner. Couldn't. And North Harrison will get it back with 52 seconds to go until halftime. Kyra Lathan is back on the floor now. She'll replace Herndon in the rotation. Withers, Eve, Teeter, Bullitt, and Lathan on the floor for Corydon Central. For North Harrison, Flickner, Burks, Chapman as well as Goldman and Brown. Burks with it, brings it quickly up the right side, dribbles around, kicks it to Brown right wing. He has a lane, go to the basket, lays it up, and it rims in for Olivia. She's got 7 in the quarter, 11 on the night, ties the game at 20, our third deadlock of the night with 30 seconds to go until halftime. Lathan with it, pitches at baseline. Eve, 12-foot jumper, hits the left side of the rim, and it bounces in.
Soft touch on that ball.
Katie's got her first 2, 22-20 now, 17 seconds to go in the quarter. Burks with it up the right side, trying to reverse her floor there, throws it across the timeline to Goldman, over to Chapman, threw a bullet pass too high for Brown on the left baseline. It goes out of bounds behind her with 6 seconds to go.
Little softer pass, she would have got that one.
And it would have been an easy two for her in all likelihood.
Easy layup.
Could have tied it going toward halftime. Withers will have the inbound, gives it to Bullitt. Sophia throws it up the floor to Teeter. Teeter driving right side of the basket, lays it up. It's spun off the front of the rim. Eve got the rebound. And no call to close out the half. So that'll do it for the first 2 quarters of play. It's been a thriller so far here at the Panther Dome in Corydon in this latest edition between these two county and conference rivals. It is a slight lead, though, to the Corydon Central Lady Panthers here at halftime. Coming up, we'll have our halftime report, first half stats and analysis. We'll take a look at what else is going on around the area if we have time, and then also we'll try to keep you up to date on what's going on with our schedule this week as well. 22-20, Corydon Central in front of North Harrison here at halftime. You're listening to the Big Cat Girls Basketball Rivalry right here on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser in New Albany. It's never too late to level up your life. Whether you're changing careers or finishing your education, Prosser Adult Education offers affordable classes to help you earn workforce readiness, improve your skills, or train for a high-demand job. Visit ProsserCareers.com or call us at 812-542-8508 to get started. Prosser Adult Education. Your future, your move.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Well, one thing you can say about this matchup here in the first half is it has been well contested. And, yeah, there have been some turnovers. There have been a few miscues here and there, but it has certainly been a hard-fought, competitive rivalry game, and that's what we like to see when these two teams get together. North Harrison and Corydon Central in their annual regular season showdown facing each other tonight here inside the Panther Dome on the campus of Corydon Central High School. The first half featured 4 lead changes, 3 ties, and North Harrison had the largest lead between the two teams in the first 2 quarters of play. They led 11-4 at one point, but Corydon came back and took the lead in the second quarter, 13-11 after a 9-0 run. North Harrison would respond with a quick burst of their own, scoring 5 quick points, and then Corydon coming back to score 7 unanswered. But then Lady Cats able to tie the game up at 20, and then it was the Lady Panthers, Katie Eve, who hit the basket that gave them the lead from the baseline late in the first half on the right side. So far, well-played game between these two teams, and so far it is the Corydon Central Panthers who have the advantage by a tally of 22-20 here in this varsity contest. Along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. Glad to have you with us tonight here on 96.9 WKLO, our coverage of the Big Cat girls basketball rivalry tonight. Let's begin with the scoring in the first half. We'll start with North Harrison. Olivia Brown led the way for the Lady Cats in those first 2 quarters. She had 4 points in the first quarter on a couple of baskets, then drained that 3 there in the second quarter to go with a couple additional baskets as well for 4 more points. So Brown has 11 so far to lead the way for this Lady Cat team here at halftime. Grace Goldman has 5. She scored all of that in the first quarter. 3 out of 4 at the free throw line with a basket for 2 there late in the first quarter. And then for Lillian Burks, a 2 there in the first quarter for her on a drive, a runner there. So Burks has 2 to her credit. And then Carly Chapman getting a layup there off a nice wraparound pass in the second quarter. So Chapman has 2 points for the Lady Cats here in the first half. Bree Beach and Adele Lemons got some time. Lucy Flickner also got in there and saw some action in that first half. None of those girls scored, though. The Lady Cats were 4 of 11 shooting in the first quarter, 4 out of 5, though, in the second quarter. They made 8 out of 16 shots in the first half, good for 50%. They were 1 out of 4 from behind the three-point line for 25%. 0 for 3 in the first quarter, made their only attempt in the second quarter. And as far as free throws go, the Lady Cats were 3 of 4 in the first quarter, 0 for 2 in the second. 3 out of 6 on free throws tonight. So far, good for 50%. And this is a team, by the way, that has been making 69% of their free throws for the season. As far as Corydon Central goes, it's been primarily Reese Withers as far as the scoring tonight. She has 12 of the team's 22 points. Reese had 7 in that first quarter, and then with a couple of 2s, had a couple of chances at three-point plays. She did convert 1 of those 2. So Reese had 5 in the second quarter. She's got 12 to lead all scorers so far. Molly Herndon with a pair of 2s, 2 in the first on a left elbow jumper, another jumper in the second quarter for 2, gives her a total of 4 points. Meantime, Paisley Teeter, Katie Eve, and Kyra Lathan all scored 2. Lathan with a driving basket for 2. Teeter with a driving basket scored 2. And then Eve with that short-range baseline jumper from the right side, 2 for her to round out the scoring in the first half. Sophia Bullitt, Jordan McCarty, and Megan Logan all got time on the floor. None of them scored for the Lady Panthers, though. Lady Panthers were 4 out of 14 shooting in the first quarter and ended up going 6 of 17 in the second quarter, so they shot 10 out of 31 in that first half for 32%. They were 1 out of 6 from behind the arc, 1 of 4 in the first, 0 for 2 in the second, so a total of 1 out of 6 for 17%. And Withers, the only one who shot free throws, was 1 of 2 for 50%. North Harrison led 11-9 at the end of the first quarter, but Corydon Central rallied to outscore the Lady Cats 13-9 in that second quarter to take the lead at 22-20 here at halftime. Taking a gander at the rebounds, turnovers, and assists, it's pretty even really in all those categories. Corydon Central out-rebounded North Harrison 15-11 in those first 2 quarters of play. For North Harrison, they had 4 offensive rebounds. Grace Goldman had 5 total rebounds, 1 offensive to her credit. Carly Chapman, 4 rebounds, 1 on the offensive end. Olivia Brown grabbed 3 rebounds, 1 offensive. And Bree Beach's only rebound was of the offensive variety in the first half. 13 total rebounds, 4 offensive for the Lady Cats. On the Lady Panthers side of things, 15 rebounds, 4 on the offensive glass. Sophia Bullitt, the leader in the rebounding with 8 so far. She had 3 offensive rebounds in those first 2 quarters. Reese Withers, 3 rebounds, 1 on the offensive end. Kyra Lathan had 2 rebounds, 1 offensive, and then Katie Eve and Jordan McCarty both hauled in 1 defensive rebound apiece. A lot of turnovers both ways. North Harrison has coughed it up 11 times. Compare that to 9 turnovers for the Lady Panthers. North Harrison has 5 assists on 8 made baskets. Lillian Burks has 2. Brown, Goldman, and Chapman all had 1 assist apiece. And then for the Lady Panthers, 6 assists on 10 made shots. Paisley Teeter, Reese Withers, and Sophia Bullitt all collected 2 assists apiece in the first half for this Corydon Central team. They lead 22-20 here at the halftime break. You may have heard about it. You may have watched it last night. The Indiana Hoosiers football program won their first ever national championship in college football. They held off the Miami Hurricanes by the final score last night of 27-21. The Hoosiers, in their first ever appearance, win their first ever national championship. And congratulations to Kurt Signetti, to the football program, and to the fellow Hoosier fans out there who have watched Indiana football for all these years. We've seen a lot of bad football. We've seen some good football at times, but under Kurt Signetti, it's pretty much been all good football over the last couple of seasons. So great for the Hoosiers last night to win that, and 50 years after the men's basketball team went undefeated, the football team does the same thing in Miami Gardens last night. Take a break, come back. Third quarter coming up next as Corydon Central leads by 2 over North Harrison. You're listening to the Big Cat Girls Basketball Rivalry here on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat low-fill insulation system makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat insulation system by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
22-20 is the score going into the third quarter as the Corydon Central Lady Panthers lead the North Harrison Lady Cats. Well, don't have any current scores from tonight's action. No, the Charlestown girls are playing tonight. They've got New Albany for senior night, that being played at the Charlestown Sports Arena tonight. Lady Pirates have had a really good season in Class 3A. They're currently ranked pretty high in the 3A polls. Other games in the Mid-Southern tonight have Bedford North Lawrence at Austin. Scottsburg is hosting Madison, and Salem visiting Southwestern Hanover for a varsity-only game tonight there. So those are just some of the other matchups that are occurring around the area tonight. North Harrison will have the ball to start the second half. They're in the road blue uniforms here on the road at Corydon Central tonight. Got the white letters and numbers, the white and black trim on the jersey with the blue as well. Corydon Central in the home white uniforms, black letters and numbers as Chapman gets it lobbed to her down low. Her shot blocked on the way up. Rebound to the Lady Panthers. They also have the old gold trim on the jersey with the black trim. Physical down in that corner. Withers getting knocked to the ground there. Got it inside. Ball got knocked loose, and Corydon will get it off to the inbound. Katie Eve will inbound from the top of the tee of Central on the right baseline. Lady Panthers going from right to left in the second half, while the Lady Cats go the other way from left to right. Jordan McCarty gets it inside. Eve finds her on the right block for the layup.
A really nice pass.
It's 24-20. Ties the biggest lead the Lady Panthers have had tonight so far. Burks gets fouled going down the sideline. Tried to get it to Beach in the corner. The whistle came before the pass. Fouls on Paisley Teeter for the reach in there. That'll be the first on Teeter tonight. Team's first of the quarter. And ENL Austin, by the way, just now getting started. One of the games there. Inbound is stolen away. The Lady Panthers getting a steal as Withers drives it down the left side of the lane over to Bullitt, right side. Baseline over to Eve. Back to Bullitt. Free throw line to McCarty. Pulls up and hits the floater from about 6 feet away. Jordan McCarty's got 4, 26-20 now. Lady Panthers have their biggest lead with 6:54 to go third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Up the floor, Chapman top of the key into the right corner for a Bree Beach three. She left that one off the side of the rim. Rebound down to Bullitt. Sophia will run it up the floor now and gives it to Withers. Three right wing on the way. Splash that one for Reese Withers. 15 for Reese, and all of a sudden the lead is ballooned to 29-20. The Lady Panthers have scored 9 unanswered for the second time tonight. Burks, top of the key to Chapman. Over to Brown, left side, lines up the three. That one's too high off the back of the rim. Rebound down to McCarty in the paint. And the Lady Panthers looking for more. Eve gets it inside. Goldman blocks her shot out of bounds. Right side of the basket is where Katie had it. I think she thought she was wide open, and then all of a sudden here came Grace downhill to block it away. Eve inbounds it between the D and the O of Corydon left baseline, lobs it to Teeter, left side volleyball line, and Paisley dribbling around the top. Lillian Burks bumped right into her there, and that was an obvious call against Lillian. That'll be the first on Burks in the second on the night. Team's first of the quarter on the Lady Cats.
Going for the ball, but boy, she's great contact, big time.
6:06 to go here in this third quarter of play. 29-20, Corydon Central out to a 7-0 run to start this third quarter. Withers the inbound to Teeter, wide open left side of the basket, lays it up, got the foul, and Paisley going to the line to try to make this a 12-point lead if she can make this free throw. Free throw is good. Beach will pick up the foul for the Lady Cats. That's 2 on Bree now, second on the team here in the quarter. Burks, Beach, and Adele Lemons all have 2 fouls apiece now for the Lady Cats, who are fading all of a sudden here in the third quarter. The free throw is up, rims out on Teeter. Chapman, right side of the basket, is able to grab the board.
Gordon is just running away with it right now.
31-20, 11 unanswered points, biggest run by either team tonight. Goldman has it top of the key front court, lobs it to Adele Lemons, who checked in during that break. Adele gets inside, draws contact, and that's a late whistle.
Very late.
The foul was going to be called on the Panthers here, Lady Panthers, that is. Jordan McCarty, that's now her third, and that's now 2 on the Lady Panthers. Lemons got fouled, and Burks will inbound it as soon as play resumes. Megan Logan is in for the Lady Panthers, replacing McCarty, who just got that third foul. McCarty's really played well so far here in the third quarter until that happened. Goldman inbound, caught it there at the left side volleyball line. Looking for Brown, not there. Goes to Burks on the left side at the spike line. High post to Chapman at the free throw line. Bounce back out to Goldman straight away. Takes it left side, gives it to Burks. To Brown, drives baseline. Nice pass to Chapman, lays it up, drew the foul. She missed the shot off the backboard and the side rim. Carly is going to go to the line for 2 shots. And the foul will be whistled on Reese Withers for Corydon Central. That's now 2 on Reese, and that's 3 now quickly here on the Lady Panthers here in this third quarter with 5:29 to go. Chapman's first free throw rims off the right side. Rolled left, and another shot coming up here for Carly. 16 out of 31 on the year from the line, 52%. Trying to get a split here. Second free throw on the way. She does hit that for her third point. She cuts that lead back to 31-21. First point of the quarter, by the way, for the Lady Cats. Withers up the floor to Eve, right side at the volleyball line. Reese gets it back from Katie quickly, then tried to go down to Eve, and neither one was paying attention to where the other one was, and the turnover will give it to the Lady Cats out of bounds right corner.
That one didn't work well. Complete misdirection.
Well, Eve will check out. Kyra Lathan is in for the first time here in the third quarter. She really gave the Lady Panthers a boost off the bench, and Goldman might have pushed off on Lathan there.
A lot of bumping going on there.
Got away with one on that. Here's Brown getting into the front court from Burke's right side. Straight away, Goldman has it now over to Adele Lemons on the left wing. Adele driving on Reese. Doesn't have anything. Tried to throw it out to Brown. Olivia going to go get it. However, it's an over and back. And the violation will give it back over to the Lady Panthers. Their defensive intensity is picked up, and the Lady Cats have not responded to it.
They've not been able to do much with it at all. They're kind of panicking a little bit right now.
Ollie Herndon is in as Sophia Bullitt will take a seat on the bench. Withers the inbound to Lathan at the half-court circle, right at the nose of the Panther head. Top of the key to Logan, just inside the arc. Goes down low to Withers, right side, lays it up, and Reese off the glass, good again for her 17th point. Now the lead is 12, 33-21, Lady Panthers. Burks, right wing, down to the block to Chapman, back out to Burks. She lines it up and hits the three-pointer from there. Lillian Burks' 5th point of the night. 33-24, 40-36 to go here in the third quarter. Timeout, Lady Cats, trailing by 9 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison and Corydon Central Girls Basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
4:36 remaining here in the third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. The Lady Cats of North Harrison trailing the Lady Panthers of Corydon Central 33-24 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard here at the Panther Dome tonight. Good crowd for this one. Not too bad all in all. Definitely a lot of black and gold, and we've seen enough blue here to represent North Harrison. Here's Withers off the drive, right side. Can't get that to go. Missed it back of the rim, and Carly Chapman steps in to grab that rebound at left side of the rim. Lucy Flickner back in there for the Lady Cats. Gives it to Burks. She drives it baseline. Ball got knocked away from her. Teeter got her hand in there, knocked it out of bounds, and so the Lady Cats will keep it. They'll inbound between the N and the T of Central. Burks is the inbounder. Lillian looking to inbound to Chapman. She's double-teamed. Kicks it over to Brown, left corner instead. Down low to Goldman. Turns, but left the shot. Hit the backboard, hit the side rim, and Molly Herndon comes down with the rebound. Goldman has not been able to get anything going offensively here in the second half.
That's a big key right now, too.
Lathan drive, layup, went right around Chapman to get that one up and in on the right side of the basket. 35-24 now with 3:50 and counting here in this third quarter here at the Panther Dome on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Flickner kind of faked, and Lathan went airborne. Josh Conrad trying not to smile, I think, right now. Kyra's like,
Kyra thought it was funny, but
she's like, I went airborne. Didn't know she was going to do that to me.
I was getting up. I was going to stop it.
Paisley Book will check in for North Harrison, replace Carly Chapman in the lineup. Paisley 5'10" and a junior. She gets the pass from Goldman right side, then throws it back out front to Lucy Flickner. Flickner has it on the right side volleyball line, takes it to the middle of the court, and then traveled with it before she got it away to Brown. It hit her in the foot. Ball's rolling all the way to the other end of the court.
Got to calm down some.
They are just out of sorts, so they look jittery against this pressure right now.
It's changed the ball game. Pressure has really changed it.
Well, and passing inside has not been a problem, but when the post player tries to get it back out, that's when disaster has struck.
Yeah.
Here's Lathan with it from Withers from right to left. High post to Logan, left elbow. Down low to Herndon, and she lays it off the glass from the right side of the basket. Molly's got 6 now. All of a sudden, the lead is 37-24. The biggest now is 13 for the Lady Panthers. Burks gets it in the front court from Goldman. Back to Grace up top. She'll drive in, throw up the shot, missed it left side of the glass. Rebound. Herndon finally comes out of there with it. Between her and Reese, neither one of them wanted it there for a second. Then you get it to Teeter down left baseline. Out to Lathan on the wing. Straight away to Withers. Her three blocked. Olivia Brown got a piece of that one. Up the floor with it is Flickner. Hits Book in the face. Ball gets loose. Herndon has it. She gets bumped at midcourt. Tried to throw it ahead to Teeter on the left baseline, and the foul is going to be whistled on Lucy Flickner, who's playing just a little loose out there herself. That'll be the team's team's third of the quarter. That will be the second on Flickner tonight. Adele Emmons back into the contest for North Harrison. Joining Burks, Brown, Goldman, and Book on the floor. Inbound to Logan, left side of the volleyball line. Now it's Withers with it. Lathan, Teeter, and Herndon also with her out on the floor. Here is Withers going right side. Gives it to Logan. Tried to go to Herndon from right to left in the lane, and it went off Molly's foot out of bounds under the basket.
She had the right idea. She just didn't know whether she wanted a bounce pass or chest pass, and she went in between and they're right in the knees.
Well, you can't throw both. And she tried to, though.
She was trying really hard to get the ball, though.
I guess A for effort, but other than that, nothing else went right.
Nope.
Inbound to the Lady Cats. Emmons up to Beach at half court. To Brown on the right wing. High post to Goldman. Around to Emmons. Circle it around to Burks above the left corner. She'll circle it around now herself. Gets tripped right there at the right elbow. Molly Herndon knew it immediately. She's going to be called for the foul. The official still can't identify her number. Finally does, because she's got all that ponytail there in the back. Foul on Herndon will be her first. First on the freshman, team's fifth. That'll be 2 shots now for the Lady Cats with 2:17 to go in the third. So they're in the double bonus. They'll get 2 free throws on Corydon's defensive fouls the rest of the quarter. 2 shots on the way here for Lillian Burks, who has 5 points on the night. Senior, 2 out of 4 at the line. First free throw hit the back rim and fell straight through the cylinder. trims that lead back to 37-25. Lady Panthers, 2:17 to go here in the third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard.
She's a tough little gal. She's been getting bumped and thumped a lot.
Second free throw also down the hatch. This one straight through, though. 7 for Burks, 37-26. Lathan up the floor in the front court to Herndon, right corner. Back out beyond the volleyball line to Lathan. Kyra bounces it over to Herndon on the sideline into the post to Bullitt. Over to Withers, layup left side, left it off the side of the rim. She can't believe she missed the layup. However, Bullitt did get the offensive rebound. And the foul is going to be whistled on the Lady Cats with 2:02 to go here in the third quarter. This will be the third on Lillian Burks. Inbound coming from the left baseline from Herndon. Out to Teeter on the wing on the left side. Top of the key to Withers. Drives at free throw line. Out to the perimeter again to Withers. She'll circle it right side. Tried to go to Lathan baseline. It went right past her out of bounds. Out in front of her outstretched arm. She says that was my bad to Paisley.
Paisley really put some pepper on that one. She whipped it in there hard.
I think she let her too much in all reality, so I appreciate Kyra trying to take the blame there. Here's the inbound. Goldman barely gathers it in, gets across the timeline with it, goes to Burke's left wing, throws it to Adele Emmons at midcourt. She almost lost it. Dribbles right side, gives it up to Brown, down to the corner to Beach, fires a three. Nice. Splash for Bree Beach.
Good pass. Found her open. Nice shot.
37-29, quickly the other way. Teeter three left corner. That one won't go. Goldman has the rebound, Karam to her on that same side. She tries to get it across the court against Lathan. Up the left side now, Goldman with it. Takes it down to the wing now on the left side. Lost her dribble, lobs it over to Burks right side. Lost it for a moment, then got it back. Tried to go high post, wrapped it around. Bullitt deflects the pass. Withers steals it. Reese brings it ahead, fires a three right at the top of the key. Missed it off the left side of the rim, and it's Brown who comes down with the rebound. A little bit of contact there on the blow-by there. Lady Panthers trying to stop her. Beach gets it right corner, goes to Goldman. Bullitt hits her in the head with 46 seconds to go in the quarter, and the foul will be on Sophia. The sophomore picks up her first, and that'll send Grace to the line for 2 shots. Bree Beach with that three cut the lead to single digits. Despite the tidal wave that Corydon hit North Harrison with, the Lady Cats have actually done a pretty decent job withstanding it so far.
They're starting to get their composure back. They're starting to score now, too, to get back in it. So they really need to do that.
Free throw, good for Grace. Goldman 3 out of 4 before that trip to the stripe. She's now 4 out of 5 on the night. She only has 6 points, and they're only down 7.
Yeah.
Kyra Lathan is out, and in for her, trying to see, Katie Eve in there. Second free throw is also good. That's 7 for Goldman. The lead is down to 37-31 for the Lady Panthers. Bullitt up the floor to Eve. Ball through her arms, and now running it down is Beach. She took it from Molly Herndon on the right wing. The Goldman, she runs it right side, lays it up, got it to go in off the glass, and Grace with her first field goal of the half. She's got 9. All of a sudden, the lead is down to 4. It was a 13-point advantage at one juncture for the Lady Panthers. Herndon up the floor to Eve. Layup. That was actually, well, I'll say that's a good foul. I know Burks is not happy with the call there. Eve was wide open right side of the basket, broke that press, and then Burks stepped in. The problem for Lillian is she just picked up her 4th foul.
She stopped a sure layup right there. She did get her on the arm pretty hard.
Katie Eve to the line for 2 shots. First one is up. She knocks that in. She hit that jump shot right before halftime from the right baseline on the other end of the floor. Gets her 3rd point of the night. 38-33, 15.4 seconds to go. Free throw number 2 on the way. That one hits the right side of the rim, rims off. Bullitt got the rebound, hit Eve in the knee. She picked it up, however, over to Lathan right wing, drives it, kicks it out to Withers, left corner wing 3, and she hits that one. Reese Withers gets her 20th point of the night with that one. And here's a prayer thrown up at the buzzer. Goldman missing it from beyond the right wing, off the left side of the glass to close out the third quarter. 41-33, Corydon Central going to the fourth quarter with a little bit more of an edge. You're listening to Corydon Central and North Harrison girls basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Morgan's Auto Salvage has been serving the community for many years and have been in the car business since 1984. Morgan's Auto Salvage has late model car, truck, and now carrying semi-truck parts. Can't find a part? With Nationwide Locator, you can find any part you need for your car, truck, or semi. Located on North State Road 37 in Paoli, Indiana. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Check out their Facebook page at Morgan's Auto Salvage. For questions, call 812-723-2121. Let Morgan's Auto Salvage experience go to work for you.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a
fourth quarter getting started here at the Panther Dome in Corydon. And the Corydon Central Lady Panthers have the advantage, 41-33, going into the fourth and final frame here on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Led by 2 at halftime, led by as many as 13 in that third quarter, but North Harrison did come back to trim the lead down to 4 before scoring the last 4 points of the quarter themselves. Katie Eve getting 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. Reese Withers knocking home a 3 from the left wing to push that margin back to 8. Withers will inbound to start the fourth quarter, throws it into Jordan McCarty right side in the front court, back to Reese. Throws it back to McCarty, right elbow, kicks it out left corner for 3. Teeter rims it in. She got it at the top of the cylinder, and it fell in for her. So Teeter's got 7 on the contest now. All of a sudden, the Lady Panthers back up by double digits here. Brown 3 hits it left wing there, or left corner rather. Olivia's got 14 on the night. I think it was Goldman who found her over there.
What I thought.
And then a timeout called as the press starts to bother the Lady Panthers a little bit. Coach Conrad wanting to talk things over. 7:25 to go here in the fourth. 44-36. It is the Lady Panthers leading North Harrison. You're listening to the Big Cat Girls Basketball Rivalry on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat Low-Fill Insulation System makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat insulation system by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
7:25 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and the Lady Cats of North Harrison have cut the lead back to single digits again, 44-36. On the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, inbound comes from Withers to Bullitt, over to Kyra Lathan, out there with Jordan McCarty and Paisley Teeter as well. Lady Cats, meanwhile, have Lucy Flickner as well as Adele Emmons and Grace Goldman to go with Bree Beach and Olivia Brown. Here's a drive. Withers misses it left side. Rebound McCarty underneath, and she lays it up on the right side for her 6th point of the night. Withers,
strong rebound.
Withers has 20 to lead the Lady Panthers, but couldn't get that one. Here's Goldman, deflected pass, kicks it out to Beach, over to Emmons, then to Teeter, to Flickner, kicks it over to Goldman. Long 3 left side. That one off the back of the rim strong. Rebound. Sophia Bullitt comes down with it. She fell down, but she got some help. A little bit of contact there from the Lady Cats.
Bullitt has 12 rebounds according to what I've got, and she just cleans the glass every time she goes from one end to the other. It doesn't matter offensive or defensive. Seems like she's in the right place. She's just got a sense about where the ball's going to be.
Well, the Lady Cats trying to apply pressure to Corydon Central. Flickner all over Lathan, crossing the timeline to the left. McCarty has it outside the left elbow, bounces right side above the volleyball line to Withers. Straight away, McCarty has it top of the key. Throws a pass to nobody in particular, but Teeter comes up with it in the lane, backs it out right wing, 17 feet away. Back to Jordan. She'll take it to the lane. Ball gets knocked loose. Adele Emmons comes out of there with it, and Emmons runs it up the floor. Crosses over into the paint, throws it out to Brown. Bullet deflected it. Then it's saved in from Brown to Withers. Up the floor to Paisley Teeter. Layup left side. It rolls in off the side of the rim. Teeter gets her 5th point of the quarter. She has 9 on the night, 48-36, 5:54. Clock rolling 4th quarter. First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Flickner gets it above the right corner. Double team comes and timeout from the North Harrison bench. Dakota Brooks right there to call that timeout with 5:47 to go in the 4th quarter. 48-36, Corydon Central in front of North Harrison. You're listening to the Big Cat Girls Basketball Rivalry on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corydon has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corydon. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
48-36. That's the score here on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 4th quarter, 5:47 to go. It will be North Harrison basketball out of the timeout. They'll return to the floor with Bree Beach. Carly Chapman is back onto the back out there in the contest now. Inbound to Olivia Brown, right wing. Over to Beach, open 3 left wing. That one's off the front of the rim. Chapman behind McCarty had the rebound, lost it. Beach runs it down, but she saves it right to Jordan McCarty. And now back the other way with it is Teeter. Drives left side off the glass and sticks it in. Paisley all of a sudden has 11. And a delay of game warning is going to be called on McCarty after the fact. It's 50-36, though, with 5:28 to go in the 4th quarter. Coach Conrad trying to get his girls up to put some pressure on the Lady Cats. Beach across the timeline with it. Teeter knocks it away from her out of bounds right into the North Harrison bench. Lady Cats have fallen behind yet again. Goldman gets it high post from Brown over to Flickner. 3 right corner, airballed that one. Rebound off of Brown's foot, out of bounds. Kyra Lathan took a spill under the basket there. Gets up a little slowly and walking gingerly. She may have to come out. Lillian Burks will check in, replacing Lucy Flickner for the Lady Cats. Burks keeps it there. Keep in mind, has 4 fouls here in this matchup. Kyra Lathan is out, and Molly Herndon is in for the first time here in the 4th quarter, the freshman at 5'9". McCarty brings it up the floor across the timeline to the right. Gives it up to Withers. Withers drives it down to the corner. Back out to McCarty on the right wing. McCarty gets cut off. Beach standing in front, out to Withers on the wing to McCarty. Drives in against 2 defenders, lays it up, got her shot blocked, got her own rebound, and then trying to carve out space. A timeout is called, though, before anything else could happen from Coach Conrad. 4:57 to go here in the 4th quarter, 50-36. Corydon Central leading North Harrison. You're listening to Corydon Central and North Harrison girls basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality Crestone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crestone in DePaul. At Davis Crestone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Crestone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crestone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
50-36, 4:57 to go here in the fourth quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It is North Harrison trailing Corydon Central. Lady Panthers have taken control of this game again here in the fourth quarter. They had a 13-point lead at one time in the third quarter, only to see that disappear down to 4. Herndon gets it left wing, fires a 15-foot jumper that's off the back of the rim. Brown on the right side of the basket grabs the rebound. Olivia up the floor to Goldman between the circles. Over to Brown on the left side. Olivia gives it over to Bree Beach between the circles. High post to Goldman. Lobs it to Brown on the left corner. Drives baseline. Traveled as she was trying to wrap it around to Chapman on the right side of the basket.
The right idea. Just didn't have the ability to get stopped in time.
Well, the Lady Panthers have it. A lot of red in the building tonight. Indiana winning the national championship last night. People still celebrating that here in Corydon today. Here's a layup. Herndon misses it. Rebound tipped back to Bullitt. Out to Teeter. She hits a three from the left corner. Paisley Teeter has taken over in this fourth quarter. She's got 12 in the quarter, 16 now on the night. Crazy what she's been able to do here in this fourth quarter. She was quiet offensively. Here's a turnover. Withers steals it in the front court from the Lady Cats, and then Teeter goes up for a layup, gets hit. Goldman made that foul count for sure. And that foul on Grace will be her second, team's first of the quarter. 2 shots coming up here for Paisley, who has 12 in the quarter. Missed her only other free throw attempt back in the third on a 3-point play opportunity. Paisley with 4:01 to go in the fourth quarter can make this close to a 20-point lead. First free throw, front rim, back rim, falls in through the cylinder. 13 in the quarter now, 17 on the night. Molly Herndon is out. In for her is Lily Pavey. First time we're seeing the 5'6" senior guard in there for Corydon Central. Second free throw is good for Teeter. Give her 18 now on the night. Only Reese Withers has more for the Lady Panthers with 20. Reese is still out there along with Pavey as well as Bullitt, Teeter, McCarty, and also, well, aforementioned Pavey. Jordan McCarty was upset she didn't go after that. Reese, I think, told her to, and Jordan's like, I didn't touch it. Yeah. Well, turns out she did. Couldn't go get it, so the ball stays with North Harrison on the inbound. Teeter comes out, and for her is Kyra Lathan. Inbound from Burks into Goldman on the baseline, and Carly Chapman just knocked McCarty to the ground. Is the foul offensive? Yeah, it is. It's on Carly. Offensive foul on Carly Chapman. She pushed off on McCarty inside. That foul on Chapman will be her second, team second of the quarter. Yoda didn't like that call too much himself. I think he might have thought McCarty's the one who started that, but it's always the one they catch last who ends up getting caught.
Yeah, that is true.
Here's Lathan getting it up to the right corner, drives it, kicks it to Pavey, jumper left side 12 feet, can't get that to go. Rebound tipped off of, I believe, McCarty out of bounds, so it will be North Harrison possession. Lily Pavey trying to get on the board with 3:31 to go. Caden Beecham is going to check in, replace Jordan McCarty in the lineup. Presumably the last time we see the 5'10" senior for Corydon Central, who has 6 points all here in the second half. Burks is the inbounder to Goldman. 3:28 left here in the fourth quarter. Grace will jaunt across the left side of the floor. Corydon still in man-to-man defense, although it kind of looks like they're in a bit of a zone. Then a pass, Burks. Oh, that's impossible. Reese touched it. I don't think anybody else did.
Well,
they gave it to gave it to Corydon, but I'm pretty sure Reese touched it last. Not that it matters now, but still. 55-36.
Not going to change the man's mind down there.
No, it's too late by that point. 3:10 to go here in the fourth quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Teeter back in there, has it right corner, dribbles up to the wing, hands it to Pavey. Lily looking inside, throws it past Beecham, and it's stolen. Olivia Brown has it now. Brown throws it up the floor. Teeter intercepts it on the right wing over Burks. Teeter driving left side, trying to draw a foul, does, and that should be it for Lillian Burks tonight. That foul is going to be her fifth, and Burks going to foul out with 7 points. to wrap up her night for the Lady Cats. Fourth foul of the quarter on North Harrison. 2 shots coming here for Teeter. She can make this a 20-point lead. She does on that free throw. And now she can get her 20th point of the night if she makes this free throw. Most of it coming here in this fourth quarter. Rebecca Griffiths is in for North Harrison. The second free throw is good for Teeter. 57-36, 20 points for her. Reese Withers is going to check out with her. Kyra Lathan, Katie Eve, Caden Beecham, Sophia Bullitt, and Lily Pavey out on the floor for the Lady Panthers. Paisley Book is in there. Pass from Beach to her is too high. From the right wing to the free throw line. Up ahead it is Bullitt. Throws it to Eve. Misses the jumper from the right side at short corner. Rebound rolls down to Book. And Paisley Book able to grab the rebound for the Lady Cats. Goldman has it in the front court to Bree Beach on the right wing. Into the corner to Brown. 3-pointer for her.
Good shot.
Beach to Brown for the 3 there. 57-39. Now the score there. Coming down to 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Eve gets it left side. Rebecca Griffiths is in there with Paisley Book, Bree Beach, Olivia Brown, and Grace Goldman for the Lady Cats. Pass goes through Beecham's hands right side of the lane out to Lathan left side. Takes it to the block. Back out to Eve. Straight away to Pavey. Bounces it to Bullitt on the right wing. Sophia looking inside. Ball denied Book, and it goes out of bounds off of Rebecca Griffiths. Out of bounds with 1:43 to go in that right corner. And now Lucy Flickner will check in, replacing Bree Beach, who has 3 points to her credit on the night. Meantime, Megan Logan is going to check back in for the Lady Panthers. Logan is in for Sophia Bullitt. Inbound will come from Eve all the way at the L on Central in that right corner, up to the wing to Lathan. Kyra takes it into the paint, gets it down low to Beecham. She could not hold on to the basketball. It's loose. She gets on the floor after it, gets it out to Eve in the corner, straight away to Lathan at the top of the arc. Right wing now to Eve. Dribbles up top, pops it to Pavey. 1:28 left. Pavey back to Eve, left to the top of the key. She'll pull up for a left elbow jumper, hit that one. Katie Eve with her 5th point of the night. Lead is back to 20 again, 59-39. Goldman has it in the front court with 1:10 and counting. Drive into the basket, layup, couldn't get it to go. Book with the putback, goes back up, ball bounces around the rim 3 times, and it goes down for Paisley for her first points of the night. Goldman, at this rate, going to be held to single digits with less than a minute to go here in the fourth quarter.
That's taken a lot of work to keep her from scoring.
Eve inside, steps, gets it out to Beecham, over to Logan. She'll take it to the free throw line from the left wing to Lathan, who takes it left elbow at the free throw line out to Beecham. Caden gives it right back to Kyra out there at the volleyball line. Lathan drives it to the right elbow out to Pavey. Her 3 hit the side of the rim, bounced over to the left side.
Good.
It was on line, that's for sure. Rebound came down there, and then a shot that misses from there off of a Brown, and final 16 seconds off the clock. Well, the Lady Panthers are going to continue their dominance in the series as of late. They are going to win their 7th in a row over North Harrison as the final 5 seconds roll off the clock. It'll be a 59-41 final tonight on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. The Lady Panthers win the varsity game. The JV game went 2 quarters and finished in a tie at 12 apiece. And so after Indiana wins a national championship last night, the Hoosier fans well represented here tonight in Corydon on both sides, whether it's on the Corydon or North Harrison side. The rivals get together, and Corydon Central wins their 7th in a row over the North Harrison Lady Cats on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. The final tonight, 59-41 rather, as the Lady Panthers run away with this one in the 4th and final quarter of play. Coming up, we'll have our Davis Crushstone postgame report. We'll have final stats and analysis, and we'll also talk to at least one, hopefully both of the coaches here tonight after this one. The Lady Panthers get the win tonight. They improve to 11-9 overall, 3-4 in the Mid-Southern Conference. North Harrison, meanwhile, falls to 4-15 overall. They are now 2-4 in the Mid-Southern Conference. Again, 59-41, Corydon Central pulls away from North Harrison in the fourth quarter to get the win tonight on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to coverage of the Big Cat girls basketball rivalry right here on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
At First Harrison, the banking butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need to borrow money for a home loan, car loan, even loans for boats, RVs, you name it, First Harrison Bank will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The banking butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you looking for top quality Crestone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crestone in DePaul. At Davis Crestone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Crestone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crestone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
It was a close game, really, for the first three quarters. Neither team really got control until the third quarter when Corydon did get a 13-point lead, but North Harrison went on a run and cut the lead down to 37-33. They're late in the third quarter, but Corydon getting a free throw from Katie Eve along with a three-pointer right before the end of the quarter. Reese Withers knocking that down and giving the Lady Panthers a little bit of a cushion going into the fourth quarter at 41-33, and then Paisley Teeter just decided, at least that's the way she played out there, looked like she just decided that there was no way that North Harrison was going to get back into this game again. She took over offensively. She had the majority of her team's points, and actually 14 in that fourth quarter of play. I miscounted earlier. So still a great fourth quarter for Paisley. Had 14 of her team's 18 points in that fourth and final quarter of regulation. And it is the Lady Panthers of Corydon Central who continue their recent dominance in this rivalry over the North Harrison Lady Cats. Final score tonight on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, it was Corydon Central 59 and North Harrison 41. We welcome you to our Davis Crestone postgame show right here on 96.9 WKLO. Streaming online at WKLO969.com. You can also find us on our YouTube channel at WKLO 96.9 and on your Alexa as well. Just say, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. It's a good win tonight for the Lady Panthers here at home. They improved to 11-9 on the season and 3-4 in the Mid-Southern Conference with this win tonight. They also send their county and conference rivals down to 4-15 on the season. North Harrison is now 2-4 in Mid-Southern Conference action after taking this loss here tonight on the road. Grace Goldman limited in this matchup, certainly played a factor in that. Turnovers definitely hurt the Lady Cats quite a bit in this game as well. And then Corydon just hit them with a great defensive effort really throughout the entirety of that second half, especially there in that fourth quarter of play. Just seemed like they kind of wore the Lady Cats down mentally, and really wasn't much that the North Harrison girls could do about it after that point in time. So definitely a tough loss tonight for North Harrison, and they'll have to try to learn from this quickly and bounce back because they've got a big game coming up Thursday night at home. It'll be a varsity-only game with Clarksville back at the Panther Dome in Corydon. And then they do not return to action again until a week from tonight when they'll make the trip out east over to Connors Salm Gymnasium to take on the Madison Lady Cubs. We will have coverage of that game next Tuesday with the Lady Cats right here on 96.9 WKLO. And then we will also be with the Lady Panthers again next week, right here on 96.9 WKLO. We'll be with the Lady Panthers a week from Thursday. They'll be on the road heading over to Ron Ferguson Gymnasium to take on the Crawford County Lady Wolfpack in a rivalry matchup there. So definitely going to see these teams one more time before we get to the postseason. Sunday is when the pairing show is coming up for the IHSAA Girls Basketball State Tournament, the 51st edition. And that will be done, let's see here, I'm trying to think, 6 to 8 p.m. on Sunday. You can watch it on IHSAATV.org. Greg Regstraw and Kyle Nedenrip, writes for the Indy Star. They will be leading you through the pairings for the 51st IHSAA Girls Basketball State Tournament. And again, that's 6 to 8 coming up on Sunday evening. And you can watch that again on IHSAATV.org. So with that, let's go through the final numbers here, try to find some other scores from other games tonight, and we're a little ahead of schedule, having 2 quarters of JV. By the way, that finished in a tie tonight between the Lady Panthers and the Lady Cats. It was 12-all in the JV game over those 2 quarters. Start with the scoring for North Harrison tonight. Olivia Brown ends up leading the way with 20 points. She had 11 of her 20 in the first half. Well, hang on a second. I may have miscounted that, too. No, I did. Yep, I'm sorry. That is incorrect. She did not get 20. She had 17 tonight. Still a good night, though, for Olivia. 17 points. She leads the Lady Cats in scoring. She made a pair of trays there in the fourth quarter after she scored 11 points in the first half. So Brown, really the main catalyst on offense tonight for North Harrison, with 17. Grace Goldman was held to 9, had 5 in the first quarter, the other 4 in the third on a pair of free throws and a basket for 2. She was held to 2 made shots, both of them 2s here tonight on the road in Corydon. So Goldman had 9. Lillian Burks scored 7, 2 in the first quarter, got a 3 there in the third quarter, and then made both of her free throws before fouling out later in the fourth quarter. So Burks had 7 to lead, or for the Lady Cats here tonight. Meantime, Bree Beach made a 3 in the third quarter. She finished her night with 3 points. Carly Chapman with a 2 in the second quarter, 1 out of 2 free throws in the third. Chapman with 3 points tonight for the Lady Cats. And then Paisley Book got a basket there late in the fourth quarter off of an offensive rebound as she finishes her night with 2 points. The Lady Cats were held to 6 out of 16 shooting in the second half. They made 8 of 16 in the first half. So in total tonight, 14 out of 32 for 44% shooting. 3-point shooting, the Lady Cats were 4 out of 9 in the second half and end up making 5 out of 13 for the duration of the contest, good for 38%. As far as free throws go, the Lady Cats were 3 of 6 in the first half. They made 5 out of 6 in the third quarter, did not get an attempt in the fourth quarter. So North Harrison shoots 8 out of 12 for 67% from the free throw line here tonight on the road. As for Corydon Central, the Lady Panthers' top 2 scorers, well, that's what they've been all season. They continued that trend tonight. Reese Withers ends up scoring 20 to lead the way. Reese had a really good first half with 12 points. She then proceeded to sink a couple of threes there in the third, including the last one before the end of the quarter, to give the Lady Panthers the boost going into the fourth quarter. Reese also got another basket for 2 in that third quarter, so she ends up leading all scorers by posting 20 points tonight. Paisley Teeter didn't have much going offensively the first 3 quarters at all, just had 4 points in those first 3 quarters, and then she scored 14 in the fourth quarter, a pair of trays, a pair of 2s, and then 2 trips to the free throw line, making all 4 of her attempts. So she finishes her night with 18 points here on the home court for this Corydon team. Jordan McCarty had 6, all in the second half, a couple of 2s in the third, 1 in the fourth, and then Molly Herndon, 6 points for her tonight. The freshman got a basket for 2 in the first off a jumper, another 2 in the second, yet another 2 there in the third off of a point-blank basket. So Herndon ends up with 6, and then Kyra Lathan had 4 points tonight for the Lady Cats. 2 in the first, or for the Lady Panthers rather, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. 4 points for Kyra tonight off of the drive. Sophia Bullitt got in there but did not score. Megan Logan also got some time, did not score. Lily Pavey and Caden Beecham also saw time, but did not score in that fourth quarter. The Lady Panthers were 14 out of 27 shooting in the fourth quarter, and they end up shooting 24 out of 58 tonight, good for 41%. They were 4 out of 8 from behind the arc in the second half after going 1 of 6 in the first half. The Lady Panthers end up shooting 5 out of 14 for 36% from the outside. Didn't get to the line very much, but did okay when they got there. They were 6 out of 9 from the stripe, good for 67% here on their home court tonight. It was 11-9 North Harrison at the end of the first quarter. It was 13-9 Corydon in the second quarter. The Lady Panthers led 22-20 at halftime. In the third, the Lady Panthers outscored North Harrison 19-13 to take the lead at 41-33 going into the fourth. And in that fourth quarter, it was the Lady Panthers outscoring the Lady Cats 18-8, making the final score 59-41 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Chase Best is with us, assistant coach for Corydon Central here tonight. Coach Conrad's voice apparently has just gone out, so Chase kind enough to join us here in our post game. And Chase, first of all, a nice win for the girls tonight here at home in the rivalry game, and good to see the team be able to finish strong in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was a good bounce-back game, especially after our last outing there. Fixed a lot of our mistakes. Really wanted to emphasize some transition game tonight. I believe we had 15 in transition versus a really quick, North Harrison team. So, girls really took to that and made a statement with that here this game.
Yeah, I know early on there were some turnovers there in the first half and some things you kind of wanted to correct going into halftime, and the girls did a good job just being able to come back from being down early and being able to get the lead going into halftime there.
Yeah, we kept them off the boards. I think I was just talking to Coach there. I think first maybe 6-7 possessions we had they had 3 offensive rebounds. We really kept second chance opportunities for them, to a minimum tonight, which was very impressive for us. We haven't done a very good job of that here recently.
Well, and obviously trying to get things going offensively, that was a challenge early on, but it seemed like once the girls were able to get a few steals, get out in the open floor, able to turn some defense into offense there.
Yeah, once we were able to open up the entire court, I think it opened up a lot of our offense. The girls just, we had some better ball movement, some good high-low post looks there, but really just being able to establish that defense, get them sped up, create some turnovers, and get, those transition points.
Especially with their crossing half court there were times where they were met, whether it was Kyra or Paisley or whoever it was out front. Those girls did a really nice job setting the tone pretty well at the top of that defense and really causing some chaos there.
Yeah, one of the stats, I look at I tell Coach every day, deflections. I thought we did a great job getting our, hands at that midcourt, getting our hands out, creating some deflections and some turnovers. And really sharing the ball in transition. I thought we did a good job looking up and making that extra pass. Something, that, like I said, we've been really emphasizing that, and it, paid off tonight.
No question. Well, and obviously Reese was a huge catalyst for you all tonight. She did a great job kind of being that steady presence there for the first 2.5, 3 quarters or so, and it really seemed like she really kept the team together there at times where it got a little turbulent there.
Yeah, her and Paisley were very balanced, and I believe on the scoring. I didn't know their totals, but it seemed like they were very balanced as far as, the scoring and sharing the ball. When we have that, we're a very good team. We need more of that. Last game, really just didn't have it. So,
yeah, and obviously had others step up in the second half. Of course, you had Jordan, and you also had Kyra get involved there a little bit. Katie got some good looks tonight as well. So it's good to see some others get involved offensively, get some scoring, and something you definitely want to see as you get closer to the postseason.
Yeah, and I thought Jordy did a great job tonight. She got some foul trouble there early, but she really established herself in the post versus a very good Grace Goldman. She did very good creating her shots there in the post and having to get around contact and going up with the ball. So that's one thing going forward, we really need that from her.
Well, you had a little bit of a lead there in the third. I think it was 13 at one point. They were able to cut it all the way back to 4, go on that little 4-point burst to close out the quarter, and then Paisley comes out like she was shot out of a cannon there in the fourth quarter, and she decided that she was not going to let the Lady Cats hang around anymore after that.
Yeah, when she gets any open space, we expect it to go in. Into the third there, they did make a little run. I think we had three turnovers and 5 possessions, kind of got out of our element there a little bit. But,
right.
Once she had that open look, it opened things up for the rest of the team. made an easier shot for her when it came to it.
No question about it. So, I mean, great job tonight by the girls here at home to get this win. I know last week was tough playing Silver Creek and Madison on the road, and Saturday especially was a very difficult game. So for the girls to have a night like this is something you like to see, especially with another game coming up here at the end of the week.
Yeah, 4 games in 7 days is what we played, and, it's one of those things the girls know, but it's a good preparation for tournament week, coming up in here in a couple weeks. So it's one of those things we really had to face it. I think we came out of that 4-game stretch 2-2. We'd like to came out of there, 4-0, but you learned a lot of things in that stretch, and I think we improved on quite a few of them tonight. I would like to see us, Saturday, carry that forward. Playing a very good Floyd Central team right now.
You get a little bit of a chance to catch your breath here, which is good for a few days. Don't have any games until Saturday when the Lady Highlanders come in. And, of course, Floyd Central, a very good team, and they've had an excellent season again under Coach Hickey.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough test, a good test for us. Being a couple weeks out here from sectional play, our sectional is going to be a very tough one this year. We got, plenty of teams that could really, win that on any given night. So seeing a team like that with their height and their athleticism, that's going to be a good test for us. And, we'll work out the kinks here this week. And, hopefully the weather holds and we're playing them Saturday.
Hopefully so. Well, Chase, appreciate the time. Thank you so much for joining us here in our post-game show. We appreciate it. Congratulations to the team on a huge win tonight here at home against the rival North Harrison.
Thanks, David. Good win. Go Panthers. Let's win it Saturday.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Chase. Chase Best joining us here, assistant coach for the Lady Panthers. Coach Conrad, not in the right frame of voice, unfortunately, with the sickness he's been dealing with. He's kind of been fighting a little bit of a cold here the past few days, so we appreciate Chase taking the time to join us here in our Davis Crushstone postgame show here tonight at the Panther Dome in Corydon, where the Lady Panthers win it over North Harrison by a final score of 59-41. Great job by Chase, by the way. First time we've done a postgame with him in the time that he's been with Coach Conrad, and he's been here since the beginning, going back to the 2020-21 season when Coach Conrad was hired as the head coach of the Lady Panther program. Good to see him here tonight at postgame. And we'll see if Dakota Brooks joins us. If not, that's okay. Understandable as to why there. But let's go through the scoring and shooting here. Or actually, we've already done that. So let's go over the rebounds, turnovers, and assists tonight between these two teams. Corydon wins the rebounding tonight 27-22 over the Lady Cats. The Lady Cats had 5 offensive rebounds in that 22 total that they had tonight. Olivia Brown ends up leading the way in rebounds. She had 7 tonight, one of those on the offensive glass. Grace Goldman and Carly Chapman both had 6 rebounds tonight. Each had 1 on the offensive end of the court. Meantime, Paisley Book, 2 rebounds, 1 offensive. That's where she got her 2 points off of that offensive rebound there late in the fourth quarter of this loss tonight for the Lady Cats. Bree Beach, 1 rebound, 1 offensive rebound tonight for the Lady Cats here on the road. 22 total, 5 on the offensive end. As far as the Lady Panthers are concerned, 27 rebounds tonight, and Sophia Bullitt was sensational on the glass tonight. Even though she didn't score a single point, she had 13 rebounds in this game. Imagine if Sophia gets her offense going here at some point. Man, she is going to be extremely hard to deal with, already is with her athletic ability out there on the court. 13 rebounds, 6 of those, though, came on the offensive end of the floor. She had more offensive rebounds by herself tonight than the Lady Cats did as a team. Meantime, Reese Withers and Jordan McCarty both finished with 4 rebounds. McCarty, 2 offensive rebounds among those 4. Withers with 1 offensive rebound tonight among her 4 total as well. Kyra Lathan had 3 rebounds, 1 of those on the offensive glass. Molly Herndon, 2 rebounds, both defensive. And Katie Eve came away with the defensive rebound tonight as well. For the Lady Panthers, 27 total rebounds, 10 on the offensive glass. They out-rebound the Lady Cats by 5 tonight here on the road. Turnovers, well, there were a lot for both teams tonight. Corydon had 9 in the first half and 8 in the second half. They turned it over 17 times here on their home court tonight. But North Harrison had problems with turnovers all throughout the course of the contest. They had 11 turnovers in each half, 22 total turnovers tonight for the Lady Cats of North Harrison here on the road. As far as assists go, the Lady Cats dished out 9 on 14 made shots. Lillian Burks, Olivia Brown, Grace Goldman, and Carly Chapman all had 2 assists apiece. Bree Beach had 1 assist in the loss tonight for North Harrison. As for Corydon Central, they doled out 16 assists on 24 made shots. Very well done on that, especially in the second half tonight. Sophia Bullitt actually led the way in that category, too. She had 4 assists to her credit tonight. Reese Withers dished out 3 helpers herself. Paisley Teeter, Katie Eve, and Megan Logan all had 2 assists apiece tonight. Jordan McCarty and Kyra Lathan both dished out 1 helper tonight for the Lady Panthers en route to a 59-41 varsity win tonight. The JV game ends up in a tie at 12 apiece between these two teams. We'll take one more break. We'll come back and we'll continue along with our Davis Crushstone postgame show here from the Panther Dome tonight. You're listening to coverage of the Big Cat girls basketball rivalry right here on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
For generations, Prosser has been at the heart of our community. We need you. The Prosser Alumni Association helps seniors who need transitional support, guiding them into jobs or career path and giving them the resources to succeed. Students can apply for scholarships in January at prosseralumni.org. Alumni, join us now. Be a member, donate, or sponsor and help mold the next generation of leaders. Visit prosseralumni.org. Prosser. Skills today, success tomorrow.
Are you looking for top quality Chris Stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Chris Stone in DePaul. At Davis Chris Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Chris Stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Chris Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Corydon Central pulls the victory out tonight, beating the North Harrison Lady Cats 59-41, their 7th consecutive victory in this rivalry matchup over the past few seasons. And for Corydon Central, they jump ahead in the conference standings, now 3-4 in league play as they take over 5th place. North Harrison now in 6th place in the league with a 2-4 conference record. The Lady Cats have one more conference game left. A week from Thursday, they'll host Brownstown Central down at the Cougar Den in Ramsey. And that'll be senior night as well, as the Lady Cats will honor their seniors in Lillian Burks, Grace Goldman, Carly Chapman, as well as Rebecca Griffiths as well. So all those seniors are going to be recognized that night. But Corydon has won 7 straight in the series. They're 8-5 at home, dating back to the 2000-2001 season. And for North Harrison, last time they won over Corydon was January of 2021, but they could get another crack at the Lady Panthers when the sectional comes around. Of course, we'll see what the pairings look like on Sunday. Dakota Brooks joins us now, head coach of the Lady Cats. His team on the short end tonight, 59-41. Against the Lady Panthers. Well, Dakota, great job by your girls coming out, competing, brought great energy on the road tonight as well, and had an early 7-point lead. You knew Corydon was probably going to make a run at you, but early on, though, the girls did a great job of sustaining that run and being able to get out in front.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, we played a really good first half and, kind of shot out of a cannon. We had a lot of energy and excitement there. But kind of what we talked about there, they had a good run in there in the third quarter, Corydon did, and we talked about that there at the end of the game, and it's just kind of, hey, sometimes it's a game of runs, and keeping our composure and not kind of getting down on ourselves and folding there when adversity sets in, and it's one of those things where we have to continue to learn and grow as a team, and like I said, whenever those runs happen and adversity strikes, just kind of keeping our nose to the game plan and trusting our teammates and following through and finishing the ball game out. So we're getting better. Good test tonight against a good Corydon team, and I think it's prepared us for our sectional. Obviously, Corydon being a potential opponent there in that. So good experience tonight, and like I said, I'm proud of the girls and how they played at times, but just continue to get better there.
Yeah, I just thought, especially in the first half, your defensive effort was really there. You did a great job of containing their other players. Obviously, Reese got a lot of good points there in that first half, had a lot of good shots. But the rest of the team, you did a good job containing them and really making Reese kind of have to play one-on-one there.
Yeah, I mean, she's a great player. Haven't coached her before there, but, just kudos to her. She puts the time in. I know Paisley puts the time in. They all do. Coach Conrad does a good job. He has a great program here. That was kind of the game plan. And our Austin game we talked about there the other night with Owens, it's kind of a good setup for tonight's game. And just understanding, hey, we need to know where those two girls are at all times. And Lillian Burks is a really, really good defender in the Mid-Southern Conference. And I can't say enough about her. She really has been crucial for our team. And, she keeps coming back, all the bumps and bruises that she takes. But she plays hard for us, and couldn't be more proud of her. Olivia stepped up and took on the challenge of guarding Reese tonight and, did good. And we kind of switched things up there to kind of change it on them. And, Reese really stepped it up there in the third quarter. Like I said, testament to them and Cory's team. They're a good team.
Well, they had you down 13 at one point there in the third quarter, and the next thing you know, you look up and you're only down 4 there late in the third. So your girls did a great job of sticking to it and really showing a lot of resiliency there to get themselves back into it.
Sure, and I mean, like I said, just one of those things that when those adversities sets in and those runs happen for the other team, just kind of sinking our feet in and finishing the game out and attacking the other team and not rolling over. But it's growth. We're getting better, and we're going to watch the film, and you never know. We might find out Sunday that we have the Panthers first round of the sectional. So who knows?
Yeah, and of course they got a little bit of a gap there. Got it out to 8 by the end of the third, and then Teeter just started going off there in that fourth quarter, and they were able to stretch the lead. But a lot of positives tonight. Rebounding, thought you all did a pretty good job competing on the glass. They're a tough team to rebound against with their length and athleticism, and they cause a lot of chaos with that too.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one thing we talked about there before the game and all week preparing for rebounding. One of those things that we haven't always been column at the end of the games or at halftime or what have you. I think we were +1 there at halftime, and we talked about that and just continuing to go after the basketball when the shot goes up, and it's a testament to them and how hard they work when the shot goes up. And I think the difference there, I think I told Wade, is in that third quarter. I don't know what it was, I think 8 or 9 there, but Reese got hot there. And like you mentioned, in the fourth quarter, we lost Paisley with our pressure, but just one of those things that we got to watch film and get better and just continue to improve and keep playing a little bit better basketball than we did tonight in about 2 weeks.
Well, of course, Thursday night, you turn around, varsity-only game with Clarksville coming up on your home floor. So got a chance to bounce back on Thursday night and turn this around, then get ready for the final week of the regular season from there.
Yeah, we're excited for Thursday. We have Clarksville coming in for our senior night there. It'll be one game, but, we're excited, hopefully celebrate our seniors. They've been stuck it out for 4 years with us, and really excited to celebrate them and hopefully come out with a win Thursday night, and look forward to next week. We've got on the road at Madison Tuesday, so that'll be a long night, but then conference opponent Brownstown coming back to North Harrison Thursday, and then looks like we're going to be preparing for whoever we draw on Sunday, so we're excited for that.
Sounds good. Well, Dakota, tough loss tonight for the girls, but we wish you well Thursday night at home with Clarksville, and we'll see you all a week from tonight when you make the trip to Madison to take on the Lady Cubs.
All right. Thanks, David. We appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate it, Dakota. Thank you. Dakota Brooks joining us, North Harrison head coach here in our Davis Crushstone postgame show as the Lady Cats fall tonight, 59-41 to the Corydon Central Lady Panthers. So that takes us to what we have next, and that'll be coming up on, Friday night. North Harrison boys will be back on the road here on 96.9 WKLO. The Cougars will head to the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center to take on the Lanesville Eagles in a county rivalry matchup. The Eagles have had a hard time finding wins in their first season with Chris Carruthers as head coach, but the Eagles have become more competitive. Sophomore guard Nolan Pierce has been the primary catalyst on offense. He leads the Eagles in scoring, among other categories. Junior guards Aiden Lieber and Braxton Holland will be the other two primary threats the Cougars will have to be aware of throughout the night. The Eagles have had problems locking other teams down for 4 quarters. They have had some success defensively as well. They've also been able to apply pressure to teams throughout the season as well. So join us for our Davis Crushstone pregame coverage on Friday evening. We'll get started around 7:15 from the Eagles Nest at the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center on the campus of Lanesville Junior-Senior High School in the town of Lanesville. JV will start at 6 on Friday, varsity around 7:30. So be sure to catch our broadcast Friday night. And then we've got boys basketball right now on the schedule for Saturday. Corydon Central on the home court here at the Panther Dome to take on Charlestown in a Mid-Southern Conference game. Saturday evening, JV at 6, varsity around 7:30. Thursday night, we'll be over on Gold 98.7 WSEZ. Class A number 3, Orleans, will be one step closer to defending their conference title when they visit the number 2 team in the PLAC, the Crawford County Lady Wolfpack. So join us Thursday night around 7:15 from Ron Ferguson Gymnasium on the campus of Crawford County High School. JV at 6 with varsity tip-off at 7:30 over on Gold 98.7 WSEZ. As we close up shop for the night, we'd like to thank all of our great sponsors: Harrison County Hospital, Denny's Carpet, and Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services in Corydon, Prosser Career Education Center in New Albany, Bender Lumber, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage in Paoli, and Davis Crushstone in DePaul. Most of all, thanks to you for listening to our Corydon Central and North Harrison girls basketball broadcast tonight. Again, the final on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, it's Corydon Central 59, North Harrison 41. We thank you for listening to our broadcast and for tuning into our postgame coverage presented by Davis Crushstone, located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your Crushstone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crushstone at 812-347-2707. For our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton, saying have a great night from the Panther Dome on the campus of Corydon Central High School here in the town of Corydon. Keep your heads held high, love each other, be a light in your community, and may God bless America. Thanks again for tuning in tonight. You have been listening to coverage of the Big Cat Girls Basketball Rivalry right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Real country, pure country.
96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
This broadcast on Real Country 96.9 WKLO has been made possible by our incredible community sponsors: Davis Crushstone, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Denny's Carpet, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center. Thanks for supporting local athletes, local schools, and local radio. This has been Real Country 96.9 WKLO.